Welcome back.
Wait a second. Nope. Oh, yeah, we're good. We're good. Okay, sorry.
Hey, everybody, and welcome back to Illuminated Page. I'm Matt, and I'm here with Sean.
Hey.
And John.
Greetings and salutations.
And Roxy.
Hello.
With John and Roxy's got really nice cameras, making us all look bad. Thanks, guys.
Actually, you guys look great.
Well, look at that.
Yeah, we can stack that
channel points. Because
oh, you know what? I completely forgot the channel points that I said I was going to set up, but I can do that while we're streaming.
Okay, cool.
Sorry about that.
I apologize if you hear screaming from a cat. He has decided that now is the time he's going to start screaming at me and get on the table for no reason at all.
Of course.
There's reasons, they just aren't logical.
So tonight we are playing not our normal Achtung Cthulhu. As you notice, David is not with us. David is hard at work at becoming a doctor. So he's going to need a little bit more time to kind of finalize that so that he's got his Thursdays open again. So in the meantime, we're going to run a quick side game. Modiphius, who makes Achtung Cthulhu, just put out the Quickstart for Achtung Cthulhu 220, which is their in-house system. I think, Roxy, you have a little bit of familiarity with 2D20, right?
A little bit.
Little bit.
But so does everybody at this table. We've run a Star Trek game on this channel before.
Yeah, so it's almost exactly the same as the Star Trek rules. Differences, I like how they did skills in this a little bit differently than just having set skills. Although I understand why Star Trek does that. That's perfect too. So there's some new and updated stuff for the 2D20 that works better for Achtung Cthulhu. Achtung Cthulhu is a Cthulhu game set in World War II. It's pretty simple. So we will be playing through a quick trip to France, which we'll see how quick this trip actually is. I don't trust the title. I would say because of tonight being weird, I don't know that I can give you guys a luck advance, but I can give you fortune, which is a stat. I believe you start off with fortune. That is a thing I did not read.
It's okay. So this is I did not get a chance to really look at the quick start rules too much. And because I have played the Star Trek variant, I kind of assumed that I would be able to pick up on the terminology differences. Is fortune like determination, or is there determination in this as well?
There is no determination in this. Each character begins an adventure with 3 fortune points.
Sounds like,
and may not have more than 5 fortune points at any time.
It kind of sounds like determination.
So we're gonna. Yeah. So. So we're gonna have you guys kick up to 5 fortune right now.
Oh, cool.
That we'll just use that as luck. Fortune and luck are used very similarly. So basically, everybody's going to have some stats. They're going to have an attribute. I'm going to the blink or the characters. Hold on just a second. Sorry. They're going to have an attribute: agility, coordination, reason, brawn, insight, and will. Everybody's got those 6, and those are your basic ability scores. And then everybody's going to have skills, and they can range. There's several skills in it. And each skill can have focus or focuses. You're going to roll 2d20 and try and get under numbers. It's super simple. If you watch the Star Trek like side mission with the 3 intelligence officers that we rolled on that system that way, this game is a little more shooty bang bang. And there is some other stuff going on, like just courage, and everybody's easily going to be able to pick up armor if they don't already have armor. Plus, John's character has a dog.
Yes, that's the important part. Is John's character has a dog?
His
name is Crook.
Yes. So, Sean, you're playing Agent Dad. Oh wait, hold on. Let's stop for a second. So that's what we're going to be playing today. We're going to go to a quick intro video, and then we'll get right into the characters and explain who's playing what. And Roxy, you're completely ready for that, right?
I'm completely ready. I got the new. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's already been a good time.
Okay.
No, I have video in Discord, y'all.
Okay.
I can see you.
Yeah, refresh me. Just hit a little refresh.
No
Because
worries.
I'm there.
Hey.
Just make sure it's yeah, we're back, by the way. Hi everybody. They say they can't see me in the Discord, but I'm there. And
Matt can see you in the Discord because Matt can see you. So we're going to start with Sean. You're playing Agent Daphne Rogers. Tell us a little bit about Agent Rogers.
She is 22 years old, blonde hair, blue eyes. She's an academic, and she wants to get more field experience. Probably
yeah,
to her detriment, but
The dog is the best dog. That is John's character's sidekick for the night. He actually has a dog in the stats too, but also John has a dog in his lap.
Mm-hmm.
she looks a little bit like Crook.
Yeah. And she's Australian too.
And then we've got John. You're playing Corporal Sarah Rogers.
Walker. Yes. And so Corporal Sarah Walker is the
Now,
soldier
Rocky,
group.
now he's echoing on you.
Now he's echoing really bad.
Wow.
Yeah.
So calm down there, bud. Oh wait.
How is that?
Did I stop
You're
John? I may have messed something up. Just a second. Stop talking, John. Shh. Let me check some stuff. Make sure that I'm not doing the bad thing again. Am I doing the bad thing again?
Aiden, come let the cat out into the garage for God's sake. He won't shut up. Please, my son, I love you deeply. I just hate this cat sometimes.
Uh-oh. Oh, there he is. He's
Somebody
back.
blinkered. What
Maybe.
was I doing? This. I don't know. Try to talk now, John. See if you echo real bad, but try not to
Hello.
just yell like you were.
Oh, I'm so sorry if I was yelling. I get excited when I have a dog.
I know. Chill out.
I don't
This
hear
face
any
you're
echo.
making is creepy.
All my faces are creepy. Come on.
But
No,
now it's
that's not
creepy in
true.
4K.
Yeah, they're true.
That's right.
Thank you. All right.
have
So
something to
Sarah Walker.
So Sarah Walker is the rough and tumble soldier of the group, and she is one bad commando. At the same time, she has a dog, which is why I had my friend with me for a bit there.
Corporal Sarah Walker is, I think, our only actual army person, military member. And then we've got Roxy. You're playing Sven Nilsson.
Yes, I'm playing Sven Nielsen. He is a dauntless resistance leader, and he is a Norwegian rune weaver. I don't know what that means yet, but we'll find out. But yeah, he's a young man in his mid-20s who keeps the old traditions of his country, just as his family has from when his ancestors went a Viking across the high seas in search adventure. Am I stupid? Did I not know that Viking could be used as a verb?
It's capitalized though. I don't know why.
Anyway,
I'm sure.
it's from the Quickstart adventure. There may be some typos. I thought this was fitting. I just my DNA results got updated this week, and it's completely taken out some of my all of my Irish heritage, and has just replaced it with more Norwegian. So, as they learn more about the genome, apparently they've discovered that I'm just more and more and more and more Norwegian as things progress. Pretty soon, I'm going to be over 50%, and then I'm just going to move there.
Irish, Norwegian, either way, you burst into flames when you get into direct sunlight.
Yeah, I am the color of grits and sour cream.
To answer your question, Viking is definitely not a verb. It's very angry posts on Reddit that said so.
Well,
So
my Sven
being used as a verb, and Reddit disagrees.
Sven's ancestors went to Viking, so they're also very, very southern Scandinavian because they went a Viking. Just like I go
absolutely.
in the Bible when those redneck disciples said, "I go a fishing." It's a southern thing.
So the three of you will be on this adventure alone. There will not be 2 other members because I'm not keeping track of 2 PCs, and I've already set the threat to 6. Roxy,
Okay.
since you are keeping track of that,
I
right?
can indeed. What is our? Do we start with
'Cause I-
momentum?
According to this, no. But that's okay because we're going to make rolls literally right out the gate or right out the door. More realistically, do you guys have? Do any of you guys have questions about the rules that I might need to touch on real quick? Magic is a little weird. It's basically it's a track that you have to work through. Everything is a ritual on for your end. So both Sven and Daphne have magic, and then they can assist one another. So they for that role only they can assist. So Sarah, you can't assist on magic because you don't have any magic talents. You actually have to take talents to be able to cast magic. So
Okay.
Nice.
is there any other question? Runecaster, Roxy, by the way, is just the type of magic.
I'm a mage. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm magey.
Yeah, but as a good Viking mage, you also hit things with a hammer because you're a Viking mage.
I
So-
know. Yeah. I was looking at my spells, and my spells are Hammer of Thor and Wisdom of Frigg.
Yeah.
So
actually
we're
have a
keeping
third
it all
spell
in
there,
the
too.
family.
Third spell.
Oh, is there?
Um,
Blessing of Ire.
yeah, you've got 3 good ones, and we'll talk about what they do and how bad they are for you.
Yeah, I'm excited to learn about this. This sounds fun.
Cool.
Yeah, because my 2 are going to be healing, and I can counterspell.
Useful.
So we open up the story. I've got some text to read, so bear with me. You are surveying the darkened French countryside from the open door of an airplane. For most of your flight over France, it has been cloudy and still. Once you enter the Rouen area, however, the wind picks up, accompanied by a heavy rain and thunderous clouds. The airman on the door is now making final checks, compensating for the sudden onset of the storm that's been brewing since you entered the area. When he seems satisfied, he nods in your direction. Holding up a hand with 3 outstretched fingers, the airman mouths the words, 3 minutes to drop. You have been dispatched here in response to a coded message from Aramis, a local resistance leader, located southwest of Rouen. His message was cut off mid-transmission, but seemed to contain a dire warning about a Black Sun Master. Section M have sent your team to find out more. Your orders are simple. Find Aramis, investigate the Black Sun activity, and eliminate any immediate threats. If Aramis has survived, he may be found to the northeast of the village where the resistance have safe houses. You will use a code phrase to identify him. He will ask in English for a cigarette. You are to respond, I only have lucky strikes. The report which put you on a plane over occupied France was simple. Black Sun officer Jans Stoller spotted in village. Lorries of gear arriving. Black Sun presence in village of Saint Sulok. Garrison. Evidently, the name of this Black Sun operative was enough to warrant throwing this team together and sending you across the channel. As you are recalling these events, the lights turn green and you line up, ready to jump from the plane. As you look out of the open side door, you can see dark clouds, hear the resonating thunder, and then sudden flashes of lightning. The rain almost obscures your vision at this height, and something about the storm feels wrong. It's too sudden with no warning, and dark clouds seem to have coalesced directly over the village, and only there. Before you can ponder this strange occurrence, the airman signals the first drop. The storm is playing havoc with the plane's instruments, and they need to clear the area as soon as possible. So, much like previous Achtung Cthulhu Kickstart modules, to get you kickstarted into the game, this starts with just we're gonna roll stuff. So, congratulations!
Awesome.
I
like that.
Let's do it.
An agility plus what now?
I was going to ask John if he could turn up his microphone.
Oh, I'm
He is-
sorry.
You're quiet.
Let's
Now.
try again. How about now?
Nope, you're still pretty quiet.
Okay, how about now?
Now you're echoing
Are you
really
turning up
weird.
the right one?
Okay, turning that down. How about now?
Turn the one that says 1.
That's when I'm turning up.
Okay, there.
There it goes.
There,
And-
there
yeah.
that's better.
The echo is because I'm coming through on her mic again.
Okay, well, I'll turn
That's
down
better.
my sensitivity.
Yeah. So I need agility and athletics from everybody with a difficulty of 1. So that means that you're going to need under your athletics skill, or I'm sorry, under the combined number. So if for instance, Sean, what is your athletics and agility?
My agility's 8. I don't appear
Okay.
to have any athletics.
So that would be a 0. So you would be rolling 2d20, trying to get under an 8. If you roll a 1, that counts as 2 successes.
Yeah, I rolled a 33.
No. Each dice is independent of
each
each
dice
other.
is
So
independent?
if you roll a 7 and an 8, those are both under 8.
I got a
Yeah.
19 and a 13.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
a dice pool system, even though it's just 2 because you can buy more dice, but each die presents a result.
Gotcha. Sorry.
Sean, you are
No,
coming
you're
in
all right.
hot.
You can buy extra dice if you would like, up to 3 by giving me threat, 1 per dice.
That is true. Okay, so what'd you say? Agility and what?
Athletics.
Athletics.
And so we're looking at attributes and skills.
Yes.
Okay. So
So athletics should be a skill, Sean. Did you double check? You may not actually
I
have
don't have it either.
I don't have it.
Daffy's kind of a nerd, not necessarily a rough and tumble.
But you know,
kinda-
you would think that the resistance leader would have some.
You would think, but no.
But I got. I rolled a 1.
Okay, so that's 2.
Mhm. So that counts as 2. And
okay,
that's
and then
all I got. 2.
John, did you get
Yeah,
any?
yes, I got 2.
Okay, so you generate 2 momentum.
Nice.
Sean, you failed. So let's see what happens when you fail. And your character's dead, so we're
What?
going to shift you over to... I'm kidding.
I plummet to the earth.
That's right.
Am I still coming in hot, or is that better?
It's still super loud, but I'm gonna see what I can do about it.
So, he wants right back in. That cat is killing me. So Sean, so everybody, something to keep in mind. Oh man, what's the name? The word, the bad thing when you roll a 20, right?
That's
Roxy,
a complication.
Complication range is set just at 20 right now. So if you roll a 20, I do need to know because that does set a complication. But right now, since you roll a 19 and a 13, that's not a complication. It is problematic though. So that's not helpful.
Okay, yeah, you sound way better. Yeah. Does it still sound good to everybody out in TV land? That's also the question.
He's kind of quiet on my end, but I'm not sure.
I have
He-
him
If
turned
that's-
down, so I'm turning him back up.
Yeah, I'm turning him back up for the
Okay.
stream.
My bad.
No, you're good, dude.
No, it's okay. It's just he was.
about
You have a solid mic that works right every time, and the rest of us all have to fuss
No,
with
it's
ours.
more my settings, my input volume was cranked all the way up.
Oh, okay.
So I've taken it down to about 60%.
Yeah, no, now it's fine. The
Okay, great.
the show will be able to see me adjusting volumes over your faces in Discord, but that's fine. I have no other option. And I know why you might not be able to see me, John or Sean. It's because I'm P Pro Laptop has got my face, not the RuWorks.
Yeah, it's got a
Still?
slash through your camera, and that's it.
Oh, maybe you have my video turned off.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that one out.
I mean, you know what I look like.
Yeah, but it helps me to be able to focus when you're talking.
Role play and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you right click on her face, it'll bring up a menu, and pass volume is disable video, and make sure you don't have that clicked.
It was. Got it.
There you go.
There I am. Usually it's the one that doesn't have my face on it. So. Oh, well, good. Thank you, Kelly, for saying it never sounded bad. I appreciate that. Might
Was it?
just have been my sensitive ears. The other way, John. There you go.
Yeah, I can see you now.
So you land on the ground. It doesn't say what happens when you fail. So we're going to give you 2 physical stress, Sean.
Oh.
basically, you're not necessarily hurt because it's not enough. I don't think that's enough to give you an injury. Is that half of your stress? Shouldn't be.
I've got it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 9 boxes.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. So
I got it, John. Stay.
basically, you just hit the ground a little bit harder. Maybe it knocks the wind out of you, jostles you around. Nothing terrible, just enough for you to really feel the ground and not land well. Which, you're an academic, you're young, not necessarily not necessarily a veteran at jumping out of planes.
No,
So-
I haven't done it since training.
So you find yourselves on the ground, looking around. You are kind of in the countryside of France. You have you know where the village is in general, but I do need you guys to make a reason plus survival test with a difficulty of 3 to head in the right direction. One of the characters, and I would suggest maybe Corporal Sarah, would be the lead on this, and then everybody else should assist them. So to assist, you're just going to roll 1 dice and still try and get underneath your reason and survival. While Sarah can roll 2 dice like normal.
All right. And remember, we do have 2 momentum in the pool.
That is correct. And you still can add threat to get more dice.
I rolled.
Never.
So I got a. Oh, sorry, Sean. You want to go?
Yeah, I was gonna say I rolled a 2, which is under my reason of 10.
Did you have survival on there, Sean?
No survival.
Okay, just give me 1 second to check mine. Mine was 8 plus 1, 9. No, I rolled a 14. I did not help.
Okay.
And so
Sean,
what was
Don? Did you get any?
I actually rolled
ahead.
less than my skill. My skill in survival is a 3. So I got a 4 and a 2. So that gets me 3 successes. But what was the other number that I needed? It was
Reason.
survival reason. Okay, yeah, I still rolled. I rolled
Do you have a focus in survival? Anything in parentheses?
Fortitude, which I don't think applies in this situation.
Fortitude would not necessarily. Well, let me double check.
Okay.
'Cause I know what they're trying to get at here, and I think it's a good idea. I just don't remember how they worded it.
Just to let viewers know that aren't familiar with the system, if your skill has a focus and you roll under that skill value, so in John's case, what was your survival?
My survival is 3.
So the fact that he rolled a 3 or below, that counts as a critical success. So it counts as 2 successes. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I also pat Crook on his side, my dog, and I'm like, seek, and I'm going to let him also assist me if that's all right.
Yeah, go for it. That's fine.
Because he has survival with a specialization in tracking.
So
Nice.
there's this news report about how in Michigan they're airdropping wolves to fight to kill the moose. It's an actual thing. But there's this
That's
cartoon
awesome.
where there's this wolf like coming down in a parachute and it sees the moose and then it pulls a knife. And I imagine that's how your dog came down, just like kind of cool. And then it sees the enemy, the Nazis, is like knife. Did Crook get it?
Oh yeah, Crook got his survival is 2, but he has a specialization in tracking, but he rolled a 3.
Okay. Does he have reason? He should have reason.
Yes, he has a 5 in reason. So all told, it's only he has a base 7.
Sure.
So
you guys got 4 successes then, right?
Yeah, I got 1.
Okay. Add one
and
more.
I technically got 3.
Yeah, so you got 3 plus 1 from Sean, so that puts you at 4. You only needed 3. So
another momentum.
1 extra momentum. So you guys kind of orient yourself towards the town. Crook goes out a little bit and comes back, and then clearly helps you discern the direction you should be going. As you guys are starting that direction, moving quietly through the countryside, as you orient yourselves and start towards the village, a strange vibration rattles your teeth and your skin feels cold and clammy. The rain seems to beat down harder for a moment as a huge roll of thunder erupts overhead, followed quickly by a bright lightning strike. It feels like a chill wind just cut through you. It passes, but something very strange has happened. I need each of you to roll a effect dice.
Okay, so just the D6s?
Yeah.
Just one?
I
rolled
got
a- I rolled a 3, so 0.
So if you got a success or a success with effect, you'll take a point of mental stress. If you didn't, and you got 0, then you take nothing.
And then that just goes in the same track as the regular
It
stress.
does.
Yeah.
There's some difference in how it is approached in attacking with mental and physical stress, but otherwise it's just the same boxes.
Okay.
All right, I rolled a 3.
Which is just
Nothing.
3 and 4 is 0. I think 1 and 2 is 1, and 5 and 6 are effect.
2 actually, if at least in Star Trek, on the challenge dice, 2 actually counts as 2 successes.
Okay.
But 1,
checking
5, and 6 all count as 1, and then 5 and 6 with an effect. But it may be different in this one.
No, that's okay. I'm going to check the chart real quick.
Yeah, I didn't see the chart, so I could have been given bad info earlier when I was asked.
So
Nope, you're right. It's 1 is 1, 2 is 2, 3 and 4 are 0, 5 and 6 are 1 plus effect.
I jotted it down because I didn't want to forget it.
Yeah,
Sweet.
Sean's on top of it.
Yeah, I was the slacky player that didn't really look at anything. I'm coming into this just
That's fine.
Hey,
wide-eyed and wondered.
my instruction was not to look at anything but the character sheets, so that's all I did.
Can I get anyone with an occultism focus to roll?
Ooh, I have
insight
that.
I have that.
academia with a difficulty of 2.
I've got
Insight.
Academia 4, and it's one of my focuses is occultism.
Yeah, I have Academia 5 and my insight is 10.
Ooh.
Okay. So Sean, you'll add the 2 numbers together and you'll try and roll under that. If you roll under a 4, it will be 2 successes.
So
That
that
makes
makes one.
No, you roll 2 dice still. You always roll 2 dice unless you're assisting.
And that's Academia and what?
Insight.
Occultism. Oh yeah, insight. I got 2 successes.
I've got 1 success, and then I rolled a 15.
And what was your insight in academia?
My insight's 10. My Academia is 4 with a focus in occultism.
So
Okay,
so it's a 14. Your insight in academia.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. So you got 1 success. So you don't succeed, which is not a huge deal because Sven over here
I'm still
did.
shocked at what I
Thanks.
experienced.
Sven, you have done rituals before. You have felt like the energy build and kind of coalesce. You've been part of lots of different things. You follow the kind of the old ways of the Norse people. This feels similar in a lot of ways, although there's an underlying like muck to it, to the energy. You can't really focus on exactly what what exactly where it's coming from, but you can tell it's in the direction of the village.
Okay, so I can just feel some funk.
Yes. That is going to be the end of the scene,
Okay.
which means
so,
we lose 1 momentum from the momentum pool.
Mhm.
And then we're going to cover a couple of things that are important because they're in the story, but our listeners at home don't know, and I don't know that our players really know that much either. So the Black Sun is a division of the SS that looks into occultism. So all of their members that are going to be soldiers are SS members. If you're not familiar with that, that means that they are the worst of the worst. Like
Mhm.
if you had a pile of crap and you took a crap on top of it, that would be who the SS are. Section M is part of British intelligence that works directly in the war effort, dealing with occult things. So whereas Sarah, you probably you don't have a lot of experience in occultism, you have been probably around it enough to know that the other 2 people you're with know their stuff, and you may not know, but you can deal with it. You won't necessarily be freaked out the first time you see magic.
Oh, no. Yeah.
So,
I read Sven's file. I'm familiar with him.
no, not Spence, Sarah.
Sarah.
Yeah,
Sarah's not going to be freaked out by magic.
I'm an army.
You are in a indetermined region in France. Rowan is on the eastern border. This is past the invasion of France, so it is Nazi occupied already. But it is a tiny village compared to what other places would be normally held. There would be a small garrison here, mostly to keep the roads open and clear of any kind of resistant issues. So you're not looking at a very large area or a very large population. So probably not a lot of resistance fighters before whatever happened and caused Aramis to call happened. So, you guys have any questions about the setting?
Can you remind me very briefly why we dropped here? Aramis called us to this location.
Aramis basically let you know that Jans Stoller, who is a Black Sun officer, brought a group of Black Sun soldiers here for some reason, and basically the top brass were concerned enough about the name of Jans Stoller to send someone to look into it.
Okay.
And you have very specific, sort of specific. You have orders to find Aramis, investigate the Black Sun activity, and eliminate any immediate threats.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I threw a lot of information at you at once.
Find Aramis.
So you know that the Black Sun are here in Saint Sulak.
Okay.
And I don't feel too terrible about butchering the name of the town since it's imaginary.
True. Yeah. It becomes less important when it's fictional. Because somebody, it's like Lovecraft words. It's like, even if we pronounce Cthulhu not the way that he wanted it pronounced, it's an imaginary word and it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
That's okay. How long have we been playing the other game and I just finally could pronounce Narothrotep?
Yeah. That was pretty close. That was pretty close.
Close.
It's a tough one.
Makes her point.
I tell you, I did discover something the other day, and I think I need to try to get it, but it's I think it's out of print. But I was looking at additional card packs for the Arkham Horror Living card game, and they have one scenario called Barkham Horror, and it's the Masks of Nyarlathotep.
Oh.
And I was like, God dang it. But if I can find it, I'm have to pick that up. Because cats and dogs.
So the other thing that happens at the end of any scene is that any stress you've taken goes away.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
If you take injuries, it doesn't necessarily, but you take injuries when you take half of your stress all at once, or when you mark that last stress box off, you will fall unconscious and take an injury. Basically, injuries are going to be actual wounds. The rest is just kind of like being buffeted around for a little bit.
Interesting.
It's also the way it works in Star Trek.
Yeah, it's just that to play a kind of a what's the word I'm looking for? Almost
more realistic.
Well, cinematic and thematic version of Cthulhu is kind of weird. I like it.
Yeah, this one's not nearly as gritty, and I'm okay with that. I have no problem with it not being as gritty. Sometimes you don't need it to be half a sneeze away from death. But that doesn't also mean that the guns don't shoot hard and you won't get an injury from getting hit.
Yeah,
sure.
Like, that's something to keep in mind. It does allow them to do a lot of stuff with like low amounts of damage. So like you guys took 1 dice of damage from the spell. That allows you to build some tension. And then as you build that tension, kind of make it interact with the rest of the game. I like it. I like the 2d20 system as a whole. It is a much more thematic. I think it lends to still a lot of the same investigation you'd want out of a Call of Cthulhu game, while not worrying about being stabbed to death on accident or falling out of a second-story window and dying, because I've had that happen too. So you guys. It takes about an hour to reach Saint Sulak. Up to now, the German presence in the area does not seem to be very remarkable. Only a single patrol was spotted, and they moved perpendicular to your line of march and disappeared quickly into the dense underbrush. When you reach the edge of the village, things are a little different. The village itself is small. Your intel suggested it is home to less than 100 people, and the most notable building is a stately chateau at its center. It's not if not for the Nazi banner draped out of one of the windows, it would look like a quaint and luxurious retreat from nearby ruin. From one balcony, an officer scans the area with field glasses. An MG-42 crew sits behind a sandbag barrier, peering out occasionally while smoke from a camp stove rises up behind them. An MG-42 is a tripod-mounted machine gun.
Okay.
The most disturbing observation you make is the German soldiers here are not normal Wehrmacht, which is just the normal German army. The Black Sun have definitely taken over. They are easily recognizable, with uniforms showing their insignias, prominent gas masks, and helmets. For them to have taken over this village so completely does not bode well. As you consider this, you notice a handful of scared-looking villagers being escorted at gunpoint into the chateau. So a couple of things to note. We should have covered this just a second ago. It's not a big deal. Some of you have armor. Maybe. I take that back. Maybe you have armor. If you have armor, so that I think that's just Sarah, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sarah, anytime that you will take physical damage, you will take whatever your armor rating is, which I think is 1, away from that number. So if I shoot you and I hit you for 1, you will immediately remove that 1 and take nothing. It bounces off your, I think you have a jacket.
It's kind of funny. I actually have a helmet.
Nice. Okay. Maybe who was? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Somebody had a jacket and their picture has a helmet, while the leader has no helmet, but his stats say that he has a helmet. They were really. So, what do you guys want to do? This is kind of a little open here.
Sure.
That spin should be north of the city near some safe houses, but it'd be questionable on exactly where that would be.
Okay, so I'm alone.
The 3 of you are there. I'm sorry, not Spin. I'm sorry, Aramis is going to be on the north side. Sorry, that's my fault.
Nope, that's cool. So yeah, I'm going to let them know. There's something. I sense something dark in the village. I think we would do best to make our way there, but maybe a little subversively. Let's not be too noticeable.
Yeah, the gun emplacement they have, I mean, definitely deters it going in the front way. Is there a way that we can get around from the back?
Yeah, with enough stealth, definitely.
Let's see if stealth is a thing that I even have. I have a little bit.
I assume that's
I got a little bit.
I have a little bit.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that we shouldn't go in through the front. I mean, they're taking villagers and that can't bode well if Black Sun is involved.
I agree.
I don't like seeing it.
Are you guys taking in the area like through binoculars or?
No, I don't want to risk, any kind of flash or anything like that people could see.
Let's see. What do I have?
Actually, in the dark and the rain, there's little chance of it actually giving off any kind of like
glint
flash, unless it's going to be lightning, and they're probably not going to notice it anyway.
Okay. Well, sure. I mean, it doesn't show that I have one, but we can probably say.
Yeah, it's assumed that you guys have some like just basic gear. So anybody that wants to take a look around with binoculars can give me an insight and observation test.
I'm going to hand
this would give you.
I'll hand my binoculars to Sarah because it's actually in my equipment list.
Nice. You can also look through it as well before you do that. If you have a specialty in sight, hint, hint, nudge, nudge. I think one of you does.
I don't, but I have.
I do observation 4 with sight specialty.
Let me let you guys know. I do have a talent called Bizarre Insight. It says your mind often shows you glimpses of things you couldn't otherwise know. No more than once per scene, I may generate one threat to obtain information without passing a skill test. So it's basically we get to ask the GM like one question without having to test for it.
Yeah. Well, sure. I did roll, but
okay, no, that's fine. Go ahead. I'm just telling you I do have that skill. It's only once per scene.
You can also use it beyond the skill. Like you guys can roll for this, and then after you guys get that information, you can then ask for more information with the bizarre.
Yeah, if we would like more.
Okay, so for this, we're using observation and what?
Observation insight, I think.
So that's a 14. I rolled an 8 and a 2.
So the 2 is going to give you 2 successes because it's under your observation and you have a specialty in sight.
Yep.
So that is 3 successes from you. I'm sorry, I need to get back to the thing. You got 3 successes as well.
Yep. I rolled a 1 and an 8.
Do we gain any momentum from that?
Yeah, that's going to be 4 momentum. That should cap you.
We are capped now.
And then, Roxy, did you want to roll, or are you worried about it?
Yeah, I can go ahead and roll. I didn't know since
No, I would assume that any question you're going to ask is not going to depend on a roll.
Okay.
It's just, I would give you more information.
That's fine. So insight and observation, I got 1 success.
Okay. So that's a success, at least. So you have forced momentum you can spend immediately to gain more information on this test. This is an investigation test. Specifically in 2D20, you can take the momentum you gain from that and then get more information for each point of momentum you spend. And I will tell you, there are at least a couple of things here that you would want to do that for.
I'm fine with spending the points that we just gained.
Yeah, that's fine. We can do 4.
Okay, cool. So first, you realize that a little farther south of the village, there is a sign of a recent fire, and it looks like a farmhouse and its adjoining barn have been slaughtered. Livestock have been left in the fields around the farm, suggesting there was a battle fought there, and recently too. You may recall from the briefing that the resistance usually uses farmhouses on the northeast edge of the village as safe houses to meet. You also learn 4 things. Look at that. There are 2 sniper teams lurking, one on top of the town hall and another on a roof nearby. There are no heavy vehicles in the area, no tanks, no transports, no nothing. Either they park them somewhere out of sight, but you don't see any tank you don't see anything that's been torn up by tanks, none of the countryside, and that's not how Germans usually operate. It's not like they easily go down the streets with tanks. There are no lamps or street lights. The light in the area is provided by spotlights on portable stands. And the road throughout town shows heavy use recently.
Okay.
You also spot a man nearby who is attempting to herd a couple of cows. Do any of you speak French?
I do not.
I do not either.
Daphne?
Come on, Daphne.
No, English and German.
Dang. We're in the wrong
You
place.
do hear him. Yeah. I like that you guys chose the 3 people that don't speak French to go to France.
I didn't.
Wait, aren't you the resistance leader, though?
Yeah, the Norwegian.
The Norwegian resistance leader. Thank you. I can speak Norwegian.
You do. You see a man herding a couple of cows. He is speaking French to them and kind of whispering and cursing at them, seemingly frustrated that they won't move.
Do we want to hide from this guy? Or do we want to see if he speaks English or German?
I'm gonna look over at y'all and I'm gonna be like, look, you tell me what you want to do. I don't feel safe moving into town without taking out some of the snipers. And yes, I could do that quietly.
I'm for you taking out snipers, that's for sure. I mean, I want to get some field experience. I don't exactly want to get shot experience. Or at least shot at.
Was. All right. Yeah.
Do we want to go in via the burned out farm first and head
that farm is probably where our contact was, is my guess. That you said that's in the general area that the resistance used, right?
Hold on, sorry. South of the village is where you see the recent fire and the farmhouse that's been gutted. You know that the resistance usually uses farmhouses on the northeast edge of the village.
I'd say,
So
yeah,
no.
let's head for the northeast. And I feel like that, call it just a hunch, but the guy wandering around out there, herding sheep in a storm in the dark, is probably not exactly a normal person. How best to say that? I would feel like he's there for a reason besides just herding sheep. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense.
I mean, you're the one with the you're the soldier. If you got a bad feeling about it, you know.
Well, no, I'm saying he could be our contact or somebody with a resistance. But you tell me.
No, I'm fine with that. If you want to proceed, go ahead.
All right, I'll go talk to him. If
Okay.
you're prepared.
So you approach the man there.
I'm gonna have my trench knife ready behind my back, and I'll be carrying my boomerang in my other hand.
Okay. The man looks up, kind of looks at you a little weird for a second, and thanks, Roxy, for gifting a sub on the channel. We appreciate that.
Hi, Monica.
Oh, hey.
Thanks for joining us, Monica. I need you to give me an insight and persuasion test.
Me?
It's just
Sarah.
Sarah. It's a difficulty of 2. Keep in mind you have dice. You have momentum. You can buy extra dice.
Yeah,
You can also buy extra dice with.
I'm buying 2 extra dice with momentum, if I may.
That should put us at a pool of 0, correct, Roxy?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because my character was not built to be talkative.
Sure.
So adjust that a little bit. Sorry, here we go. Oh, hey, there we go.
Thanks for the gift, Sean.
You're welcome.
I have a 5, a 6, a 4, and a 12. So that has 3 successes.
Fantastic. That gives you one momentum. It can either go in the pool or you can spend it for extra information.
Extra info, honestly. If y'all don't mind.
Nope.
No, go for it. Yeah, definitely.
I do want a reason in academia roll from you.
Oh. Ooh. That's my worst.
Can I
That's fine.
I assist?
You did not approach
Okay,
with him.
true.
If you want to, once he goes up and he doesn't alert the Germans, if you want to come up, then that's fine.
I'm sorry, I'm taking a picture of this. This is like the best rolling night of my life. What in the world is going on? So my I don't have any persuade. I have no observation. Is that what you said? Observation?
Oh, academics and academia and reason.
Okay, I have no academics, and my reason is a 6, and I rolled a 2 and a 6.
Nice.
Okay.
This is the best night.
As a second momentum, basically, you know just enough rudimentary French to converse with this man who only speaks French. And as you two kind of converse back and forth a little bit, he explains that he heard sounds of a gunfight earlier in the evening from a farm to the south, and that Nazis with strange uniforms set it on fire. They've been doing this anywhere they suspect that French resistance resistance members might congregate. His farm is near the burned farm in the south, and his cows were spooked and ran off. He's recently found the last 2 and is leading them home right now. And this is a back and forth for probably 15 minutes to get this, because there's a lot of lack of language for the 2 of you.
Yeah.
Earlier in the evening, before or after the gunfight, the Germans conducted a thorough search of the area. It's lucky you arrived after the search was completed. And then you spent 1 momentum earlier to get more information. Do you want 1, 2, or 3?
Let's go for the middle. Give me a 2.
The original garrison here was ordered to depart, and the garrison commander seemed unhappy about this. The original garrison went back towards Rouen. So there was a garrison here, and the SS sent them away.
Okay.
Which is the corporal knows enough about military stuff. That's very strange.
Yeah. Especially if there's something important here. Okay. I will return to my colleagues and tell them what I've learned.
He also tells you that his name is Jean-Paul.
Jean-Paul.
And you are friendly, I assume, friendly with this man?
Yeah.
Okay. As you lead, he offers you one last piece of information.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind. I'm going to have to read that in a second. He says, if you are looking for Aramis, the leader of the cell, the leader of the resistance cell, if he survived, he's likely on the northeast side of the village. There are 3 farmhouses that have cellars that are obscured. Those would be the places to look for him.
Very good.
You head back to the other 2 to tell them that?
I do ask, does he actually smoke?
No, I do not.
No. Does Aramis smoke?
Yes.
Good.
I need all of you to give me coordination rolls. Just coordination.
So we rolled 2 again for that?
2 dice, just coordination, though.
That's 1 success. I rolled a 3 and then a 14.
I got 1 success.
And 1 success.
Need you all to roll 2 effect dice for me? Each.
Uh-oh. Oops.
3 and a 2.
So 2 and 1 with an effect.
So
Well, 2,
whatever,
including 1 with an effect.
whatever you rolled, that's the amount of mental stress you take.
Wow. That good? Yeah. Okay.
So I take 5?
As you leave,
No, 5 counts as 1.
Well, I rolled a 3 and a 2. Oh, so you combined it.
3 is nothing.
Okay.
And 2 counts as 2, so you get 2.
2. Okay.
As you take your leave. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I rolled a 5 and a 6.
So that's 2.
1 with an effect and 1 with an effect, so 2.
Okay.
As you leave, take your leave of the Frenchman, a cold wave passes through your skin again. Did we lose Sean?
Looks like it.
He might have dropped his dice or something. Sean?
We'll give it a second.
He walked to the right. I don't know why, but yeah.
Well, Monica, I'm glad that you're enjoying the streams you've seen so far. This is a special. I don't know how early you came in, but we are playing a quick trip to France, which is an Achtung Cthulhu 2D20 starter adventure. They just released the starter adventure a couple of weeks ago. The new full rule set comes out either at the end of this month or the end of next month. It's in my email, and I apologize. I should have that information, but I don't.
have seen ads for it left and right on Facebook lately.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They've been pushing it, and they should. It's going to be a good release for them. So as you take your leave of the Frenchman, a cold wave passes through your skin again. The storm is getting worse. You see Jean-Paul shudder, and one of his cows falls over. It moves piteously once and then dies, frothy blood coming from its mouth. Jean-Paul is horrified at this, and once it is obvious the cow is dead, moves off with the other one as quickly as possible. The 2 occultists can roll Insight and Academia again. Difficulty 2.
Okay, Insight, Academia, difficulty 2. I got 1, but I did roll a complication.
Yeah.
Oops. So I do want to check. John earned 3 momentum earlier. He only spent 2, though, right, to gain information?
No, he had a difficulty
I
of 2. He only earned 1 that I was aware of.
Yeah.
Oh no, he earned 1 and then 1 from a separate roll, so he gained 1 total.
Oh, 1 total.
After spending the 1. Yeah.
Okay, so he has 1. Okay. That's what I had in the pool was 1.
Sean, did you get any successes? Oh, Sean, you're muted.
There we go. So with a the difficulty of 2, I forget what I do with that.
You have to roll at least 2 successes.
Okay, so yeah, I rolled an 8 and a 10, which are both under 14.
Perfect.
Okay, perfect. So Sean, that effect is coming. That wave came from centered around the chateau.
Okay.
As you guys are kind of standing there, I need you all to give me, what was that roll again? Is it reason? Insight and observation. This is not a sight test, Sean. So you do not get your extra bonus.
Okay.
1 success for me.
I got 1 success, and may I have my pup also make that test?
Sure.
All right.
It doesn't get tracking, though.
I get 2
I know.
successes.
Now, it does have smell and taste. Do either of those apply?
I would say smell would work, yeah.
All right. And that is going to be 3 successes for the pup.
What did you get, John?
I got
How
1
many did you get?
success. 1.
And Roxy, did you get any?
1.
So the dog's ears drop, and it grabs a hold of your pants just a little bit to pull you back towards the brush. Not roughly, just enough to let you know that something's going on. And you all 3 kind of get the idea that something bad is coming. You step back and quietly move quietly back. I need everybody to give me agility and stealth rolls.
I made it. I got 2 successes.
I got 1 success.
Fantastic.
2 successes.
So that'll add 2 momentum to the pool, Roxy. And also the dog
Nice.
added 2 momentum to the pool earlier.
He added 2. Sweet.
Yeah.
Do I need to make a stealth test for my pup?
No, I'll just assume he goes off yours unless you want to do it separately. He's probably as stealthy as you. So you guys back away from the road as the lightning flashes a couple of times, and that's when you see that there was a small patrol of Germans almost on top of you. They came around like a bend that was kind of blocked by some dense foliage, and as they came around, it would have, if you had waited a moment or two longer, they would have seen you. And so as you kind of crouch down there, you see a group of 5 soldiers. One of them is clearly a sergeant. They walk by with their weapons at the ready, as we call it in other games, in tuba position, ready to fire or ready to aim if they need to. Yeah, tuba, because you would.
Oh, I see.
That's what we call it in the podcast. This is tuba position.
Nice.
So they march by. They're keeping an eye out. They look over in your direction, but don't seem to see any of you. You can feel I'm sorry, Sarah. You can feel your dog. You can feel your dog growl, but you don't hear her growl. You feel that like rumble, kind of building in her. Him? Is it a him or a her?
It says good boy.
Yeah, we're
One
gonna
of his
go
powers.
for.
Good boy.
We'll call Crook is a boy.
And
Okay.
I will reiterate what I said in the chat. That dog had better come to no harm.
I guarantee nothing.
No, kill as many humans as you want. I can stomach
Just
the
murder
cow guy.
everyone. The dog reports back to section.
But the dog is fine. He is protected in a holy bubble.
I will
John
let
Wick
everybody else
was-
die, but I will use my healing spell on the dog.
There you go.
John Wick was justified.
It was.
Man, ooh, we got mean in here. All right. I assume you guys all let him pass, or let the patrol pass.
Absolutely.
How many people?
'Kay.
Yeah,
5.
I'll let him pass.
I hate them, but I am not going to pick this fight.
Well, I mean, we're supposed to be a little
Hypothetically,
stealthy
take
right
out
now.
3 or 4 of them if all of you are good combatants, and I'm betting 2 of you are not great.
I'm an army of 1 though.
I have a bow and arrow.
Ooh,
You
I've
do.
got a pocket pistol.
I also have a bomb, I think.
It is important to note that you all have ammo.
Mm-hmm.
You have a certain number of ammo. That is the number of scenes you can use ammo in, not the number of
Oh,
shots
okay.
you have.
That makes
That's good
sense.
to
I like
know.
that.
Okay, so
Yeah. So basically,
with,
you can fire as much as you want in this scene, but that will take away from your overall number until you find more. So, like for instance, I think the bow. You have a bow and you have another gun, right?
Yeah, I have
Sven?
a bow and a pistol and then some explosives, it looks like.
That ammo is bow and pistol, not bow or pistol. So,
Okay.
so you have a pool. So if you fire your bow and then later fire your gun in the same scene, it would actually take away 2.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
They want you to have equipment in the system, but they don't worry too much about exactly what weight and poundage you're carrying.
I
of
appreciate that. That is
whatever.
like one of my encumbrance rules and weight rules in RPGs, tabletop RPGs is
Well,
so frustrating to me.
And this one gives there's a resource management still, which I appreciate, but not so fiddly.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a lot better than tracking the 10 shots you have in your clip, or you know.
So I need you all. They pass. You guys probably wait another 4 or 5 minutes. After they pass, what are you doing then?
Thank God they didn't see us.
I'll pat Crook and and rub his ear and be like, "Good boy." And then I'm gonna say, "Let's make our way around the village to the north,
We're gonna
and
try and find the
we're gonna go find. We're gonna go figure. Let's go talk to Aramis."
hopefully he's not in the chateau.
According to the,
He's on the north side.
he should be in one of the buildings on the north side if he is still alive, according to the shepherd.
Yeah, but I mean,
Or
look at what they did.
rancher.
Look what they did to that farm. What if they did the same thing to the other 3?
Oh, I could see the general area. I think they're still standing. So we got a
Okay.
chance, and also I've according to the rancher, he smokes, and so that gives us a little bit of a scent that hopefully Crook can find.
Nice.
Well,
Good
I would
thinking.
like to tell you that it is the 40s, and tracking somebody by smoking, that you're going to find a lot of
Everybody's-
people.
Well, maybe when we're on the north side in the cold, it won't be. So
Sure.
When Sarah said something about tracking by smoking, I'm like kind of superstitiously snub mine out.
I need everybody to give me an agility and plus stealth test. Difficulty is 1.
okay.
And that is 2 successes.
One
No
success
successes for me. Let me check
One for
my
me.
abilities here.
You want to grab some extra dice there, Oxy, with maybe momentum
Yeah.
or
Well, can I
threat?
do that after I've already rolled though?
I will allow it.
Okay, I'm gonna spend 2 momentum. I already gave you a threat last time. Well, I gave you a complication.
Yeah, you gave me Nazis to throw you.
Oh, is that what happened?
Is that
Okay,
what
I got 1.
And did you get any successes there, Sarah? Or I'm sorry, not Sarah, Daphne?
Yeah, I got 1.
Okay, fantastic. You guys move around the town. There are a couple of times that you see villagers outside smoking or like adjusting things outside, checking their gardens. But you stay out of sight from all of them. As you eventually make your way around, I need you all to give me insight and observation rolls. This is based on sight. The dog could run off of track or smell or whatever.
Okay.
So insight,
Observation.
Alright.
insight and observation. Okay, so bear with me.
Jesus.
I got 2 successes. I do have a focus insight, and I rolled a 4, so my focus is 4. That doesn't count, does it? Okay,
It
cool.
does.
So that's 3 successes then.
So that's So you got that's 3 successes.
Cool.
How many successes did you get, John?
So Sarah got 2 successes, and Crook got 4 successes.
Holy crap!
Not letting Crook add to the momentum pool anymore. I just don't think it. I don't think it's fair because I did not add threat to the pool for Crook. So we'll let Crook gain successes, but not add to the pool. And then Roxy, what about you?
I got 1 success and a complication.
Fantastic. So 3 momentum goes into the pool.
Okay, that caps us out.
And I am going to take that complication as 2 threat.
I will add that to your. And have you used any threat yet?
I have not.
Okay.
Oh God.
He's saving it up. He's banking it.
Well, no, I mean honestly,
GMs do that with this system. I have rarely seen a GM use all of their threat in a session because they can generate so much.
God, what is
even the meanest GMs that we have had run Star Trek for us, John, in the game with like 20 threat.
Yeah. Well, I just remember.
I did in the game, right? You're right.
It wasn't you.
No, but
it wasn't you.
I remember an intro scenario for Star Trek where they actually tell you to build up momentum. Build up threat. They give you some things to do right at the beginning, and then you shut down the ship with 9 threat, right into the first chapter. But that's how it was written. So yeah.
Yeah, Monica, if you like the way this is running, the Star Trek Adventures stuff has been out for a while. And it is a very, very similar system. It's not exactly the same. There's some stuff that they change a little bit, but it is enough of the same basis that I think it does well. And then, Roxy, correct me if I'm wrong, but Conan also runs on
Conan,
2D20.
And there's a Dune 2D20
Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot
that
about
they've
Dune.
announced.
The Spice. Oh.
Yeah. I feel like I can't remember if their Elder Scrolls stuff that they've got out is RPG or if it's only. Oh, but Dishonored has been announced.
Okay.
So for fans of the stealth game Dishonored, it's also getting a 2D20.
Yeah,
but I think Elder Scrolls might be miniature.
A lot less crunchy, but more thematic and cinematic. And the Star Trek stuff, if you like the Star Trek stuff, you can check out on our YouTube channel. If someone wants to put up YouTube, hint, hint, nudge, nudge. You can go over to our YouTube channel and find our our little side adventure when the 3 players I've got right now played intelligence agents and had to fight some Romulans. And it was a lot of fun.
Romulans. I didn't fight them.
That wasn't me.
Yeah, you were there, weren't you? Oh no, that was Sean.
Sam.
Or not
Sam.
Sean.
It was Sam.
Sam. All you people from Texas look the same.
Sam would be offended. No.
Yeah, because you called him Texan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you called him a Texan. Yeah.
So, can I ask a game question real quick?
Absolutely.
When does focus come into play? Because I have a talent that allows me to bank focus.
Let me see. Let me look at your character sheet real quick.
Yeah, it's going to be the polymath.
What's the talent?
Polymath.
So here's how it works. So first, when you're looking at your stats, the attribute. So, for instance, your agility is 8, and your stealth is 1. So whenever I ask for an agility stealth, you're rolling 2d20 and trying to get on individually on those dice under a 9. If you were doing something with academia, which is a 4, you would want to get under. So let's say reason and academia, you'd want to get under a 14. Ones are always a critical, so they count as 2 successes. However, if you're rolling academia and it's history, linguistics, or occultism, then 4 or under is a critical success.
Okay, right.
What Polymath says is you can spend 2 momentum in a scene to gain an additional focus for the duration of that scene.
Okay.
So you could be like, well, academia, French. And then you would have, maybe you don't speak it, you have enough knowledge about it that you could roll with that. Or, and that's the idea of it would give you, but the skill has to be 2 or higher, so you couldn't take it on resilience or stealth or vehicles, but you could take it on medicine or persuasion or observation.
Right, it's like I could do medicine 3 and the focus be like, I don't know, first aid or field.
Bullet wounds. It doesn't have to be that narrow, but first aid is great. Okay, that's the kind of stuff that it does. thank you for the subscription on YouTube, Monica. We appreciate that. In fact, we encourage all of our watchers to go over to our YouTube channel, click that subscribe button, and then click the little bell right next to it so you get notified when we put stuff
You
up.
can tell we watch a lot of YouTube.
channels.
Yeah.
Everybody should be like Monica.
Yeah,
That's right.
Monica's great. We
She's
like
a
her.
trendsetter around here.
Yeah.
I did.
So that's how. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I did drop a link in for the Modiphius website. The Dune Imperium set is on pre-order and it looks pretty.
And actually, if you go over to the Modiphius site right now, you can get this exact adventure for free. It has Quickstart rules, has the adventures, all the characters are generated. What we're playing tonight is exactly this. So,
there is a Fallout role-playing game coming soon too.
Yes, there is.
Yes, there is. If only they had somebody that was really good at layout for that. I'm really looking forward to their layout artist. So the other thing to keep in mind, Sean, is that your polymath and your book smart work in tandem.
Okay.
Because you have extra momentum already in that scene. Though that momentum pool can only be spent on D20. So let me read that real quick so our listeners and our other players understand. You're ridiculously well read. If you spend any momentum to obtain information during a scene, you may reduce the momentum cost by 1 bonus D20 you purchase later in that scene. So basically, you're smart and you're really good at being smart.
Right.
So like that's the focus of your character is kind of the research, and that would be something that would play in longer terms.
Right, and then you may spend a momentum to obtain information during the scene. You may reduce the momentum cost of 1 bonus D20. Okay, cool.
The other thing to keep in mind is every character has truths, which are the base kind of grasp of who their character is. I'm going to share your truths, Sean.
Mm-hmm.
You're British, which that makes sense for being British to have that as a truth. A brilliant mind. So again, that informs how your talents run.
Mm-hmm.
And fascinated with forbidden knowledge, which hint, other players keep an eye on that. But you do have a spell, and you can counter spell as well. And those are spells in Call of Cthulhu and in Achtung Cthulhu are bad. In Achtung Cthulhu can be used for good. That's something to keep in mind.
So I was going to say, so everybody can keep in mind my counterspell. I can only do it if I can see them doing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sven, your truths are Norwegian resistance leader,
Mhm.
rune weaver, glimpsed what mortals should not know, and access to rune weaver contacts. So if we needed to find rune weavers, obviously that would be good. But these are kind of the cores of the characters. To give them a flavor, but also to inform things on the long run. And there are other things you can do. And then, Sarah, yours are Australian, which I'm disappointed you have asked for no shrimp to be put on the Barbie so far. That is the entirety. Actually, you fought no emu.
That is such a stereotype, Matthew. You should be ashamed of yourself. Did you know?
But I bet he's got a little can of Vegemite on him though.
Did you know they're making a movie based on Achtung Cthulhu?
Really?
No, I had
It's
no
listed.
idea.
They've signed a script writer. It's all I was just having a little mini freak out over here.
They did. I mean, they did.
I don't know when this was announced, but it's called Achtung Cthulhu, the movie, The Secret War, and
they did a podcast a while back.
Yeah, they've got an audio adventure and all kinds of stuff.
You know, RPGs are really kicking off in the entertainment industry. I mean, we've got 3 cartoons associated with it. They're coming,
and a movie with Chris Pine.
Moving forward. Yeah.
Well, I was talking about also.
You're Australian.
Yeah. Sorry, I just saw that and it's done to me.
Fine. Australian, deadly commando, and raised in the colonies. There are lots of implications there that I like, but that kind of gives you kind of what you've got going on there. So the truths are something to keep in mind, and there are specific rules for truths that will allow you to do stuff. I'm looking for them right now. I wish I was searchable on my iPad, and it is not. There's fortune, threat. Nope.
You get the module open. Stay out of chapter 2. That's where all Matt's stuff is.
Truth. The truth can make an action easier, reducing the difficulty of the skills test by 1. The truth makes something more difficult, increasing the difficulty of a test by 1. The truth makes an action possible or impossible. And if a truth should have a particular intense effect, the game master can add a number after the name of the truth, increasing the modifier of for the difficulty. For example, smoke could be more intense by calling it smoke 2 rather than smoke or smoke 1. So, for instance, what was I doing? I'm going back. Oh, here we go. This scene that I hope I didn't miss it. This scene does not have a truth. However, the next scene does have a truth.
Okay.
And that the scene itself will affect what is going on in the scene, which is how they put in kind of environmental effects and other things. So, for instance, if you were, I don't know, if you were lost in the outback and Sarah was with you, Sarah could say, I'm Australian, and that might make it easier or even just possible for you guys to survive.
Okay.
So that's something to keep in mind, is that your truths do come into play. And we got a bunch of momentum off of spotting something. Right? You guys all passed your insight observation. That's when we decided the dog couldn't.
Yep.
Yep.
So-
And we're capped out right now
Yeah.
on momentum.
That's not the right page. There we go. So as you're moving along, you do notice on the northeast side of town, there's a cellar door which has a bloody handprint on the door and bloodstain on its stairs. And after you notice Crook's ears perk up, you also can hear the occasional cough coming from the cellar.
I'm gonna stealthily move ahead of the group and try and go down, making sure it's safe.
So there are doors at the bottom. Are you going to open them? Like, it's just a couple of stairs down, and then it's the typical cellar doors. You'll open those doors.
Yeah.
Can you give me another agility stealth test? There's no difficulty. It's more of just to find out where you're at because you don't need to generate momentum right now.
I rolled lower than my stealth. I didn't. I rolled my stealth. So I'm looking at 2 successes because I got a 2 and a 16.
So you open the door incredibly quietly, but bright light kind of comes flooding out and illuminates you very thoroughly. And you hear someone in a French accent, or someone in French say something. Can you roll Reason and Academia for me?
I have no idea what they're saying because my reason's a 6 and I rolled a 12 and a 15.
It sounds like a question, but that's all you can really tell.
I'm hoping that it's my contact, so I do say I only have lucky strikes.
You hear a very heavily accented English voice say, I didn't even say the code phrase. I said, "Who are you? Identify yourself." I guess
I don't speak French.
Come in out of the rain.
Okay, I come in out of the rain.
Do you tell us that we can come in from out of the rain?
Do you wave us in? Because otherwise we're
And then John's character disappears.
And we're stuck outside in the rain.
So on the ground, sorry, here's my description of the character. On the ground is a man. He appears to be injured. They did not give me a description of this guy.
Just pick an actor. Is it Sam Neill? It's Sam Neill.
Sure. It's
Guys,
Sam Neill.
It's current Sam Neill.
Oh,
so like old man Sam Neill.
God, he's so awesome. He's so good.
Yeah, so
I like the veteran yeoman.
Sam Neill in what you would consider to be kind of appropriate, not cold weather but cooler weather gear for France. So he's bundled but clearly wounded and maybe not actively bleeding, but definitely not actively not bleeding.
Okay. So he's oozing.
He's the short-eared cat of injuries, apparently.
Does anyone want to try and help him? I don't know, heal?
Yeah, I'll help him.
Let
I will.
me-
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I was trying to see. I have a magic spell that heals.
I would like to note that does cause you harm.
Yes, it does.
Okay. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, I have a talent called A Price to Pay. It says, I understand that magic always comes at a cost, and I pay that price willingly, even sacrificing more of yourself to augment your spells. Whenever you successfully cast a spell, you may gain 2 bonus momentum, which may only be used to improve the spell's effect and cannot be saved. If I do so, the spell's cost increases by 2, whatever that is. And the cost is physical stress instead of mental stress.
Okay. So a couple of things. You can cast this.
Mm-hmm.
The difficulty is the number of successes you need each round to move the track along. I would have to look at magic just real quick to see what that looks like, but that's not that big of a deal. There's a drain here as well, and we'll go over that. However, it will not heal injuries. It just heals stress. It would essentially, because of the way it's worded, it would allow any defeated ally within close range to immediately recover, and that means he would be able to move around and wouldn't be stuck on the ground. So, but it would still leave him injured.
Okay. The flavor text made me think it was different. It says it restores the wounded, even raising those who have fallen, so they may renew the fight.
Injuries stick around for a long time. There's a healing time period.
Okay.
It's not that he won't be able to do anything. It's just that he will. So that makes sense.
Okay. Well, if it's not going to stop him bleeding, then I don't think it's worth it.
Well, I mean, it's great to try magic, but I've also got a first aid kit. I can just try basic field medicine.
Fine.
I mean, I am British. I'm going to take the simplest approach.
That is another stereotype.
Right, but that's the truth, though.
Oh, is that one of your truths?
Being British.
Yeah. Oh, Sean.
I tried. Yeah, I mean, I'll try to
go for it.
I'll try to heal him with one of my first aid kits. I have.
Yeah, if it looks like he's gonna pass out or something, then I can.
Sure.
But it sounded like it wasn't gonna be so bad. So
each dose of medicine. Oh, sorry.
So no, it's fine. You need to roll coordination in medicine with a difficulty of 1.
With the difficulty of 1?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then I have 3 first aid kits. I can each dose of medicine provides 1 bonus momentum to buy extra d20. So I'm going to go ahead and spend one of my medicines for an extra d20.
So you'll roll 3 d20.
Yep.
And you still have 3 momentum in the pool, and you can always give me more threat. Hint.
Do we want to spend another momentum to get him better? I want to kind of hold on to some of my medicine.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
okay.
we can either spend another momentum or. Did you just say did you just buy some momentum? Did you just use some?
I spent one of my medicine to get an extra dice, and then I'm going to use another momentum to buy another dice. I'm rolling 4 instead of 3.
Okay, I thought Matt said we only had 3 momentum, but we should have been almost capped out.
No. You were capped. He has 3.
That he could use. Okay. Oh, I see.
Yeah. Let's see. So that was coordination plus, so that's 9, 10, 11, 12. I've got 1 success. Yeah.
Roll 4 dice. 1 success.
Yeah, I rolled a 17, 16, 15, and I needed 9, 10, 11, or 12. I needed under 12.
Good thing about those extra dice. Yeah. Well, 1 success is all you needed, so that's good.
Cool.
You feel more comfortable, tighten up, and probably clean the what looks like the first aid he did on himself. After a few minutes of him, hissing at you and clearly in pain, it looks like he's been shot in the leg, as well as taken what looks like a pretty bad abrasion on his opposite side. Like he got shot and then probably fell and scraped himself pretty bad on what you're guessing is stone of some sort.
It'll be fine. It's almost over with. Do you have any tea that I can brew you? Maybe that'll help. I don't know.
No. I should be fine. I'll just need to rest and get back in the fight later.
You were in the firefight on the south side of town, weren't you?
Was.
Is there anybody else left?
During the fight, well, let me tell you a little. Let me unravel the story for you. Before I sent the message to Section M, I had not seen any Black Sun in the area before today, or before then. I guess it's the same day. The Black Sun leader, Master Jan Stoller, identified himself when his convoy came into town, and the local commander saluted him and called him by name. It is important to note for the three of you, and especially for Sarah, Master is not a rank, and the fact that he was saluted by the leader of a garrison is an indication of where Black Sun sits in the hierarchy. We just lost John's camera on.
Yeah, sorry guys. Camera battery's starting to go.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, so give me a moment. Y'all keep going. I'm just gonna change. I'm gonna plug in extra.
Okay.
Now we know.
Aramis has no idea what they were up to, but they were definitely carrying a lot of equipment into the chateau. He watched as Black Sun kind of took over the village and watched them unload the trucks into the chateau. He went to the farm nearby where the radio was to make his report. When they started rounding up the villagers up and taking them to the chateau, it gave the resistance an impossible dilemma. Should they idly stand by while their friends and family were taken away for who knows how long? Aramis himself urged caution, but when young Francois saw his wife and child being dragged away kicking and screaming from his nearby home, it incensed him so much he couldn't restrain himself. He charged outside and opened fire. In the gun battle that followed, the farm that the resistance was temporarily using south of town was burned to the ground. However, the Black Sun were sloppy during the attack. They killed many livestock and created a lot of smoke, which made it easier for few resistance survivors to slip away under cover. Knows that the Black Sun are involved in the attack, but doesn't know what they want. Were they trying to provoke the resistance into response? What do they want with the villagers? What are they up to inside the chateau? He doesn't know, but he needs your help.
All right.
He seems to grow more urgent and desperate as he makes his last point before sagging under the pains of his wounds. He takes a set of keys out of his shirt pocket and gives them to Sarah, saying, "Whatever is going on, the chateau is the key. These Black Sun have the entrances locked down, and it looks like they expect trouble. We are too weak and scattered to fight them, so you must help us. Rescue our women and children and put a stop to whatever foul business they are conducting in there. A direct assault would be suicide, although I suppose you might try to bluff your way in. That, too, would be extremely risky, for who knows what sorcery and foul magics they use to identify their own. Thankfully, there's another way in. There are tunnels under the village, cellars, and earthworks going back before the time of Rome, which they run like a spider's web out from the chateau. They were said to once be the haunt of creatures of the dark and a foul cult from pagan times, but that was centuries ago and probably just an old wives' tale.
Oh yeah, probably.
It is a risk, but the tunnels are the best way to get inside without being seen. Go to my dairy on the other side of the village. In the barn is a milk truck. If you move it, there's a trap door that will lead you into the cellar and tunnels. There are also lamps in a crate. I've never seen any signs of Germans there. Those keys will also unlock the barn and let you move the milk truck to get to the trap door. Go with Godspeed, or God go with you. Viva la France."
Quite a pep talk. Nothing better than being directed to go on a suicide mission.
I mean, they're giving us another way in.
Yeah, a tunnel that is reportedly haunted by dark beings.
This is war, Agent Rogers.
Understand,
Sometimes
but-
you have to. Most missions are suicide missions, given the right circumstances.
Well, and given who we're going against as well.
I what I see is I'm comfortable fighting up here, but you two would not be. You two will be probably more comfortable fighting down below, but I'm not going to be.
I mean,
I'm not
Sarah.
saying we split up, but right now it sounds like we're heading down into these catacombs.
I know you have a reputation for being an army of one, but I think the odds on above the tunnels are going to be stacked in their favor, not yours. Especially, we've already felt, 2 or 3 spells and saw a cow killed?
Hmm.
I mean, catacombs might be the way.
I think the catacombs are our only way.
I just wish I could get my hands on one of those sniper rifles.
You wouldn't happen to have any sniper rifles, would you, sir?
We have a small assortment of rifles, but none of them of that quality. We're looking at rifles mostly from World War One.
Okay. I mean, they're not useless, but
Any shotguns?
Yeah, there are a couple.
If we're going to go down into the catacombs, we might be better off if we were equipped with a shotgun.
do you have any extra ammunition?
Yeah,
Anything?
I didn't have anything here.
Bows.
When you go to my barn, he tells you a couple of places to find a shotgun or two, and extra ammunition, enough to give you each of you one more.
Okay.
Ammo.
And this is Aramis, right?
Yes.
And technically, are we in a new scene? We have lost our stress? Not yet. Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
I
let's
think-
let's head to
I
the
think
barn.
that's our way in.
Yeah.
How? Pardon me for asking, but how attached are you to your milk truck?
Not terribly attached. I wouldn't want to lose it for no reason.
It would not be for no reason, but if we were found and we had to escape, would you be upset if we used it for a trap?
No, that'd be fine.
Thank you.
Out of character, I'm so glad you said a trap because I'm just picturing us trying to escape a bunch of occult Nazis in a milk truck.
I do have
That'd be epic. Come on.
It would. It would.
I do have demolition charges.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking is we said to blow if they follow us back through the catacombs, hopefully we take some out.
That's not a bad idea. Once if we're successful, we can lay those charges.
I don't want him to lose his truck if it's not necessary.
Well, no. But
We
if
will
it
do what
frees
we have to do.
France,
Vive la France.
Well, let's do this then.
let's do it.
Okay. This is actually a good place for us to take a break. We're gonna take a 10-minute break
Yep.
or so that we can all stretch our legs for a second. We'll be right back. Just bear with us while we drop some kids off of the pool, I guess. I don't know. Whatever
Wow.
we do here.
Wow, we're going right there with the euphemisms. Okay.
It's swimming time. It's spring.
Okay.
Spring is sprung.
It has been beautiful.
It
We've
really
been
has.
enjoying the weather. Anyhow, all right, we'll be back in 10 minutes. See you then.
Okay, great.
All right, Skeleton.
Bye, guys.
1.
All right.
Back.
Welcome back.
I gotta watch that countdown to figure out what.
You know, with the lights
okay,
off, I
now
do
we're back.
go from blonde to brunette, though. Also,
Yeah.
Well, if
So
you turn down that brightness on your ring light a little bit.
or raise it and I become ghostly white.
You did that last time, and
your character is Norwegian, so
no, mine
No,
is.
she's Norwegian. I'm
you're Australian. That's
I'm
right.
Australian.
She's Australian.
And I
get
grew
it.
up on a farm.
Ooh,
According to my
yeah,
character write-up.
you're gonna be pretty bronzed.
do you guys have any questions for Aramis? Now that I've read all the box text.
Is he always in this area? Is this like his? Like, would we know that? This is more Roxanne wants to know.
That is his milk farm on the that he's sending you to.
And he's just part of the resistance.
Been joined by a ghost.
Yeah, I know, right?
That was good, John. That light right there.
Go to the yellow, the warmer light, John, and then
No,
bump
I'm
it down
good.
a little bit.
I'm good.
Okay.
Nothing
yeah.
Good.
This village is Aramis's home.
Right.
And there were maybe the number of resistance fighters was maybe a dozen. So I mean, still a large number of the town, but not enough to make a big difference against a garrison.
So I guess I would ask him. So the only reason there was a battle is because that one farmer lost his cool. For lack of better words, I'd say it more British, but
if it wasn't him, it would have been someone. It was bad. They were taking people's families
into the chateau.
Yeah,
and that's the Black Sun specifically, right?
Yes, all the other German soldiers are gone.
Okay, that's what I thought he said. Okay.
And so when the Germans were here occupying, it was just your normal German occupation. You guys were resisting. They were here.
I'll be honest, there wasn't a lot of resisting. It was mostly watching and making sure that nothing terrible was happening, and they generally left us alone. Once they were convinced that there weren't any Jews here, they left us be. They let us leave, left us to be. Left us to be? That's not a phrase. He speaks bad English. It's fine.
They left us to be dead.
So
they let us be just whatever, like go day-to-day life. Occasionally transports would come through here, but they wouldn't really stop, or if they stopped, it would be just long enough to trade out troops or something.
Yeah, so in other words, when Black Sun came in, you guys were caught flat-footed and totally unprepared for what they were doing.
Yeah. Our resistance movement did not exactly, wasn't changing the tide of the war, and it never was going to.
Right. No, understandable. I mean, you guys do your part with the information that you glean when you can. All right. I was just curious about.
It will, though. The resistance movement will change the tide of this war.
I hope so. I hope that Paris is doing far more damage than we are. It's hard to find out what's going on in other parts of the country. Or at least what's really going on in other parts of the country.
They're doing well in Paris. They're resisting, and they're doing their part. I shouldn't be too worried about it. I mean, we can talk about details, but why don't we save that until after we stop whatever Black Sun's doing?
That being said, are you well enough for us to leave?
Yeah, I think if you're going to have any impact here, it's imperative that you go.
There's one problem that has. You want us to save your women and children, you said? I mean, you said, or your families. I mean, let's put it that way.
Yes.
But once we get them out of there, we're looking at more than likely a very major fight, because they're not going to. You are going to either have to flee this area, or we're going to have to kill every German here. Am I wrong in saying that?
I don't think that you're. I don't think that you're wrong.
And so that's what I want to point out really quickly. And you have 2 tanks here, is that correct?
No.
I thought I saw treads or something.
No, just that the roads have been used a lot.
Okay.
Sven, how much demolition charges do you have?
None.
I thought she.
Are you
I thought
are you
Sven
asking
had,
me?
Yeah,
Yes,
I thought Sven had some.
I
Oh,
I
Sven.
do. It honestly, it's kind of. It says 1.5 pound / 3 pounds standard charge. So I don't know if.
Those will run off of your ammo as well.
Okay. So
I think I have
4.
I think I have a plan that we can augment a little bit.
I'll be right back. Please keep talking and progress the scene.
So what I'm expecting is that we have a certain amount of troops here that we do need to eliminate. At least, even if you need to get away, we need to eliminate. And I'm thinking once we secure the families and get them out into the village or something, getting the troops to come after us down to the catacombs, setting the satchel charges down there, and collapsing that on them. Because otherwise, I'm going to have to kill them all.
Yeah,
Which,
no,
don't get me wrong, I kind of enjoy the thought of the challenge, but
I was thinking along the same lines, but maybe spread out the charges a little bit underneath the chateau and bring the whole chateau down. That way, we don't have to worry about luring them in.
but there are troops and people wandering all over the area. That's the thing.
Yeah, I don't think we have enough charges to get all the troops down in these catacombs and get them all in one boom.
But there's fuel. There's always fuel. You just need the charges to start the entire thing.
Okay, yeah, I'm good with going forward with this then.
Any thoughts, Aramis?
It's a large group of Nazis. I don't know that you're going to be able to get them all.
So then we need to be covert and get your people out and you out. That's the other choice.
That may be the best option. I don't know how easy it will be to convince people to leave, but I don't know that we have much of a choice.
All right, so here's my thought then. If we're going covert, we sneak into the chateau. We take care of whatever is in the chateau. At which point, then we'll worry about the snipers, getting the people out of town, finding a way to get your people away from here. What is the nearest village to here? Or what is a good place that you can hide? Are there any... I know this sounds ridiculous, but I'm not exactly from here. Are there any ruins? Is there any place you can...
The best thing to do might be to head to another town south of here, but we would stick out. There are too many of us, I think, to go anywhere without being completely unseen. It may be that once we get the women and children out and we can get them safe, that we may just need to disperse through the countryside.
Yes.
I wouldn't.
All right, then that's what we do. All right, onwards. Let's go get into these catacombs and kill some cultists.
Give me a second. I'll be right back.
Okay. Do we need to run a break?
No, I just have to go open a door for a dumb cat.
Okay.
Well, while you're gone, I'll talk about my game.
Okay, yeah.
So, usually on Thursday nights, alternating from this game, we have the Ninja Crusade, which is a game from Third Eye Games. It is essentially think something close to Naruto. It's almost an anime-based game. But one of my players is not going to be there this week, so we are switching up, and we're playing a game that most people have never seen. And that is that we are going to be playing Shinobigami. Shinobigami is a game straight from Japan. It took the translating team. They did a direct translation. Took took them about 8 years in their spare time to translate the game and buy the art and everything else, and it is wonderful. I can't say enough good things about that game, but next week I am going to be running it, and like I said, it is an RPG from Japan that is just, it's in the top 5 there as far as games go, of popularity. So yeah, it's a very different style game. Games in Japan are developed to run a single night. Basically, you do everything, get the plot entirely out of the way, and end a game in a night with the entire story done. Because it's played by people who are adults in a very business-minded, area. They don't have a lot of free time sometimes, and so yeah, they literally play games that will only take them one night to complete. So yeah, next week,
That's interesting.
Shinobigami. So, yeah, that's what I'll be running next week.
Do you have a link for that, John? Because Monica's asking for the game's name, or how to spell the game's name.
It's it's shinobigami.com is the direct website. So Shinobi SHINOBIGAMI.com. And yeah, that'll take you directly to the website that is specifically associated with it. The name of the publishing company is Kodadama Heavy Industries. So yeah.
Shinobi, really?
Huh?
Nothing. We're rolling right at Roxy.
You're my only hope, Shinobi Wan Kenobi.
But
all right, dogs are in. I'm good.
So what you are, the information you're given on the size is that you're expecting about a platoon, which is going to run about 50 to 60 men, or I'm sorry, 50 to 60 soldiers, because clearly one of the things I'm actually enjoying about this Achtung Cthulhu is that they don't care about gender. Like, obviously, it doesn't matter. Just our only soldier is being played by John, but is in fact a female character, and the only male character we have playing is not a soldier, but a resistance fighter. So I'm good with that. That's fantastic.
What was that face for?
That's just
good.
She's got her.
I don't know. It's my face is stupid sometimes.
That's your resistance face.
That's her resistance face. So
yeah, let's go milking cows.
Let's go milk those cows. Okay.
No, that's not what we're doing. But
all right. Is there anything else you want to talk to Aramis about, or anything else you want to do before we go on?
Can I go ahead and since this scene is almost over, I think, can I go ahead and Bizarre Insight and just see if I can learn anything else?
Oh, sure.
I guess we're supposed to learn. I guess we're supposed to ask a question. So if we're gonna have to ask a question anyway, do you guys have any questions? I mean, if not, it doesn't matter.
How about what's the layout of the building we're going to?
Oh,
let me.
Do you have a map?
Not. I'm going to double check what that particular thing says. Not that I don't think it should do that, but I just want to make sure I'm giving you the right.
Oh no,
right way.
I'm not using the Bizarre Insight. That's literally just if we're gonna have to ask a question anyway, might as well just ask him. So, I forgot that I had to ask a question to do that. It wasn't just like you spilled your guts.
Generate one threat.
Yeah, so I mean, Sarah just asked what the layout is.
I haven't spent a lot of time in the chateau. Expect the first floor to have kind of grand rooms. You're going to find bedrooms up on the second floor. I would expect that the officers have taken the rooms there. There are tents out back for some of the soldiers, and there are cellars that lead into the catacombs, or the catacombs lead into the cellars. Either way,
fun times.
Expect it to look much like a large house. You sure you don't want to use Bizarre Insight, Roxy?
Well, do we have a question we want to use, gentlemen?
You just have to ask me. It doesn't have to be a specific person in the scene. You can.
I know. I'm just asking what. Okay. Sure. Let's go ahead and use Bizarre Insight so you can get your threat
Yeah, that puts me
And
in
One-
pain.
One
Hey.
threat.
I guess the question would be, do we... it's hard to think of something without metagaming it.
Yeah,
This
I'm
would be
showing you at 9.
threat.
Although this is kind of the metagaming mechanic that they
Okay.
write into it, is that it's literally it's just essentially we're asking the GM a question. It's not even asking the character. So
I mean, question would be, where are they holding the ceremony at? Because obviously there's a ceremony going on, like specific location.
Nice. That's a good question.
yeah.
So there were hints of it in the description that Aramis gave. There are occult chambers beneath the chateau.
So in the cellars.
Yeah, so like we'll say that this comes more from your academic and occultish knowledge that between the two of you kind of come together on this, that if there are hints of these evil creatures living beneath the thing, and there are hints that there were rituals performed down there, those hints are probably based in some sort of truth. So if it was former pagan sites, that also could be former mythos sites, because
Sure.
pagan or mythos looks like pagan to everybody that isn't pagan.
Yes.
So you would expect that not necessarily the cellar, but probably like a sub basement or a sub basement
Okay.
would be where you would be looking. And it may even be easier to get into that kind of area from the catacombs you're going to be going through.
Alrighty though. So I think we have our direction. Our orders are also clear that we are to find out what they're doing here and eliminate immediate threats. So I think our job is now to go in and
I agree.
make some people bleed.
The good news is we may find our little villagers in the cellar. I don't think they're going to be up in the chateau.
I mean, if they're going to be used for some sort of ritual, I mean, you would keep your...
How
Keep 'em-
far down are these catacombs? If there was a gunfight there, would people hear it?
Unlikely.
Unlikely?
Unlikely, yeah. I mean, it's possible, but unlikely.
Okay,
Especially with the storm, that's going to cover it a little bit too.
that's what I need to know.
Fantastic.
Works for me.
Anything else?
Good for the moment.
So we're going to end the scene and switch to a new one. Lose momentum from the pool. Any stress that you have accumulated is also removed.
Okay.
Cool.
Huzzah.
This next scene has a truth called stormy weather. Keep in mind, I'm not going to tell you exactly what that means, but imagine how it will affect things.
Okay.
Impact of both positively and negatively. It will affect both directions.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Reading all that. KKK. So you have some objectives in the scene that I think you guys are aware of, is to get to the barn, repair, and move the truck and travel through the cave system. It's not super difficult here, but that's what the scene's kind of made up for. Cautiously, you exit the building where Aramis is hiding. He should be safe there, but you realize you need to work your way around the village to reach the dairy where the milk truck is stored. The garrison seems to be more alert, and a few extra lights have been turned on. Dark clouds and even heavier rain is decreasing visibility, so if you stick to the shadows, it should be easier to remain undetected. As you are considering your good fortune, you spot another group of somber villagers being led into the chateau, and the familiar pulse of a cold wind strikes your bones. I need everybody to make a will plus resilience test. Difficulty of 1.
Yeah, that's no good. That's an 18
Got
and
one.
19. Nope, I failed it.
I
Cool.
got two
So Roxy,
successes.
you'll put a momentum back on the board.
Sweet.
If you pass, so Roxy and John, you will both take 2 effect dice in damage. Sean, you're going to take 3 effect dice in damage.
I got 2 3s. Yay.
There you go.
I got so that's a 2 and a 6, so I get
3.
3 and an effect.
There's no effect. It's just
Okay.
3.
Cool.
None of that was half
Yeah.
of.
I rolled 2 1s, so that's 4, right?
It's 2.
2.
1s are 1s. 2s are
Okay.
2s.
Ah.
5s and 6s are also 1s.
Yeah, it's a little. The 5s and 6s are just you succeed, but there is something additional.
Okay.
That's why I honestly that's why I got my
Superlative success.
dice out because I always forget it. But yeah. So Sean, you took 3.
Mhm.
It's not half of your stress, right?
No, because we just lost all the stress going
Right.
into this scene. Yeah, no, it's not half.
You feel the pulse again as it kind of hammers into you. You guys have a pretty solid idea what's going on, but where it's coming from.
Yeah.
Now I need you guys to give me an agility plus stealth. Normally, because of the activity of the Nazis, it would be a difficulty of 2, but because of the stormy weather truth, it lowers the difficulty by 1.
Nice.
So it's a difficulty of 1.
You said agility stealth? I got 3. So I rolled a 1.
Oh, I see. Hold on. It wants us to do this in order. This is very interesting. So whoever is going to go first will roll first, allowing to build momentum for other players.
Oh, okay. So, Sarah, did you gain any momentum?
I rolled 2.
Okay.
So that's 1.
You guys are already at Kappa pool, but there's 1 floating for this particular roll. Who's going
We
second?
weren't at cap. Now we are.
I thought you were at 5 and then you gained 1.
Because of the scene
'Cause you
change.
were at 6.
We were at 4 because Sean used 1,
Oh, okay.
I think.
That's fine then.
Yeah.
So that does put you at Cap. So who's going second?
I hate to go second because I rolled at the same time and I rolled a 1.
No, 1 is good.
I know, but now we have to re-roll though.
Oh no, you don't.
Okay, cool.
No, because we didn't
So-
know until.
I got 1 success and I got a 1 on that success.
So that's
So
2.
you got 2 successes.
Yeah.
So you generate another momentum.
We're capped.
Now you're capped.
Okay.
This is a difficulty of 1, and you got another success. So we subtract the number of successes you needed, and that's the number of momentum you generate.
Yep.
And then Roxy, how about Sven?
He got 3. I got a 1 and a 4.
Oh, okay. Well, you stealth the crap out of it.
Yep.
So
stealthy. I did want to mention, I forgot to do this earlier. I did amend and correct the Cthulhu's. So if at any point we need momentum and the chat sees that we need momentum, perhaps in an upcoming combat scene, they can direct their attention down to our channel points. It looks like a little magnifying glass, and it looks like Sean just allowed the GM to gain threat using his. But I did put a limit. You can only do either of these once every 10 minutes. Because I thought it was a little bit too beneficial for either of us to be able to get additional momentum multiple times from one person, especially because we've had some people spam the things in the past, and it's useful and we appreciate it, but we got to up that drama a little bit, which I guess is why Bink decided to give the GM some more threat. So he's at 10 now.
Well, that's because I also have 63,000 channel points.
Yeah. I'm sitting at like 49. I've got some channel points. I'm spending 2 threat to make a complication for Sean to teach him a lesson.
There you go.
As you are sneaking through the dark in the rain, Daphne, you are not used to this. This is not a thing you're used to. You may be sneaking really well, but what you didn't do is look very well and actually catch your foot under like a lifted up
Ooh.
root
Tree branch
and twist it, which is going to give you a difficulty on all athletics tests.
Okay.
There is going to go up by 1 for your twisted ankle, and that will last for the game, not just the scene.
On all athletic checks.
I don't know that there's a lot of them, but that's what it suggests, and I like it, so that's what we're going with.
Nice.
Anybody else want to do it? Because I'm good with giving everybody complications.
Nope.
No, not at all.
I'm like, I make all the GM ones more expensive, and I swear people use them more often. Not necessarily in the, not in Growing Shadows. Huh?
It's less
made it less expensive. Mine's is 501 and yours is 1,000.
Oh. That was because I intended to. I forgot to go back and change it. I will fix it. But no, I'm not going to spend anything on that. And we're capped out on the other.
So I can spend? Is that what I'm? Oh no, I've got a 7-minute and 36-second countdown before I can give myself some more threat. I can give myself threat.
You can, yeah.
So you guys give me. So again, in the same order, we're going to go with Sarah, then Daphne, and then Sven. Give me another agility stealth. You guys are moving around the city, around the town, with as many people are out watching. You have to go a little bit slower. It's taking a little more time, so there's going to be more rolls.
Well, yeah. So I am 2 2s.
Which is you? Are you specialized in stealth?
I am not, surprisingly.
Okay, so you got one momentum that's going to kind of float for this roll because the pool is capped right now. Sean, what about you? How did you?
2 successes.
2?
Yep.
We got 2 momentum floating that can't go anywhere. You might as well use them to buy extra dice there.
Yeah,
Ross.
can I please? Because that would be great.
Watch out.
Roll as many 20s as you want.
Watch out for those reach, Sven.
Yeah, I got 1.
120?
No, 1 success. No
fine.
20s.
You finally make your way around to the edge of the dairy near the barn. Can I get Sarah to make an insight observation test? It's going to be a difficulty of 2, but because of the stormy weather, it's actually going to go up to a 3.
Okay.
Can I help her at all with that?
Observation.
Nope, it says 1 person. The dog can help.
Oh,
You could roll for the dog, Sean, if you wanted.
Ooh. That is going to be 1 success for me. And so whatever the dog can hopefully help with.
Oh, okay. I'll roll for the dog.
What's your insight observation on the
So
dog?
total would be a 13 with a focus and smell and taste.
That is a 1 and 12.
So that's
I rolled
3 technically.
It's 3. Yeah, that's 4 total. So you generate a momentum that doesn't go anywhere. That's fine though. You spot a squad of Black Sun soldiers enter the barn from the side, and you can hear that they appear to be quietly searching it for something.
The dairy.
There's 1 Black Sun trooper present. I'm sorry. There are 3 Black Sun troopers present. So you saw 3 of them go in.
So the dairy barn that we're trying to go to?
Yeah.
Yep.
Ugh. Dang Nazis.
Bah!
Achtung. What you're looking for. You want to put tongue at the end of that ach.
Ton Nazis.
Attention! Attention, Nazis! No! Oh.
So you'll get a re-roll on your next roll there,
Sarah? John?
Corporal.
Ooh.
You got a Kelly Thick and Red
Thank you.
gave you a re-roll.
I keep looking at the camera that's got a lens cap over it. Thank you. I'm not used to my camera being up here.
Let's say yeah, you saw them go in. What do you guys want to do?
We're going to take out the 3 that are out here?
No, they went inside.
No, they all 3 went inside.
Oh, all 3? I thought there was some that stayed out. My bad.
No.
There's just 3. There are 3 troopers.
Can
You think-
I would like to sneak closer. And are there any windows? Can I sneak closer and peer in?
Yes.
Or perhaps they left the door ajar a smidge.
No, the door is not ajar.
What if I
but
spend a
you can sneak
momentum to
closer.
create opportunity?
Yes, absolutely.
Can you do that in the system?
I don't see anything that says we can't, and I don't want to roll all the way back up to look
Sorry,
at momentum in the rules. So
The
yes,
rain just
absolutely.
kicked up like crazy here, so we're in a stormy weather truth right now. Here in Muncie.
So why don't you roll? Just you roll your agility and stealth. Somebody else can assist.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend a momentum to get a 3rd die, just in case.
All right, I'm going to spend a threat to get a 3rd die.
Okay. Who would like to
It's an
assist
opponent
me?
test.
I'll do it. I just rolled a 2, so you get 1 success extra.
Sweet.
Because
Oh, I
an
don't even
assist,
know.
I use only 1 dice, right?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
correct.
Exactly. So for an insight observation test, I got
Oh no, you're rolling agility stealth.
Oh, agility stealth.
which is why I rolled what I rolled.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, I didn't do very good.
Hold on. Reroll.
Oh, thank you.
Jeez.
We may have to shut the windows in there because I think it's blowing in.
Sure sounds like it.
Okay, that's better. That's better. That's 2 successes.
So that's a total of 3?
Yes.
Okay. Good, because I only got 1. So you sneak up and you see 3 soldiers. One of them is kind of standing, like keeping an eye out, and the other 2 are searching pretty thoroughly. They're like, one of them has like a broom, and he's like sticking it into the hay, and they're like moving around and looking, just kind of looking around for anything out of the ordinary. It looks like they're looking for a person, though. They're looking in human hiding spots.
Okay, so they're looking for someone. They might be looking for Aramis.
Do we want to sit?
They're probably looking because there are other resistance members that got away, so they're probably looking for those.
Are we wanting just to wait for them to go on? Because they're not going to find anybody in there.
They might, and I don't want them alerting any other soldiers to come this way.
Yeah.
I'm going to be stepping in.
Them disappearing is going to alert them if they.
They don't know
Someone's-
specifically that they're here yet, and I can do this silently.
Okay.
No, I definitely support. I mean, I approach, so I don't know if I'm. I assume that whatever actions need to be taken, if I need to roll again to extract myself and go back to them, I will say there are 3 inside. They are looking. It seems that they are looking for
Let's-
other resistance people. You need me to
Let's
roll again?
actually have you. You're a resistance fighter, so let's actually have you roll coordination.
Okay.
And academia.
Okay, sweet. That's a.
So basically, you're not going to move away from the window. You know that it's dangerous to move back. It just leaves you open being seen.
But-
So you motion from the window. This will be a difficulty of 2.
Well, I got 1. And I got a 20.
Would you like?
And I got a complicated.
Oh, fantastic!
So I probably fall into the door. I lose my balance, or there's a
So,
loud crack of thunder, and I
You
get
hold up
startled.
3. You hold up 3 fingers, and you go like this. Tell us to move forward. And you just tap on the glass.
So you begin to motion. You are clearly the other 2. Well, at least the corporal is understanding the kind of the military hand signs that you're giving. But corporal, what you see as Sven is kind of rapidly giving these, he's getting a little animated and standing up just enough that his head goes above that windowsill. So you have been conveyed that there are 3 in there. One of them has a gun at the ready. The other 2 are searching. And that's when you hear, Achtung! Achtung! And a rifle shot goes off and shatters the glass above you. So Sven, you are not hurt by that, but it is startling to say the least.
I'm swearing all the same. So, and I.
And actually, I'm gonna go look at that. Wait, no. Let's. Why aren't you letting me get into the document anymore?
For shame, you may not.
There we go. Sorry, I'm looking for a.
No, that's all right. Gosh, I'm just rolling. I mean, I've switched dice like every time I've rolled a 20, I've switched dice out, and all of them are like, okay, well, we're gonna give you 1 too. So just don't get too excited there.
I always love the games that make the 20s bad because if you're old enough, you've just been ingrained that 20s are good.
Well, and
Okay.
I just never roll 20s when they're good. I only roll them when they're bad.
Actually, Roxanne, I'm going to roll an attack on you.
Okay.
This is a mental attack. This is about your courage. So you will actually you'll have a resistance equal to your courage if I'm understanding the rules correctly, and I may not be. So your courage is a 2.
Yes.
So I basically have to get 3 successes I have to get 1 success to hit you.
Okay.
And then I have to roll dice equal to the number of successes.
Yes.
So I got 1, so I'm going to get to roll 1, which means I can't actually damage you. That's okay. But basically the if it had hurt you mentally, or if it had scared you,
Sure.
startled you badly, you could have taken mental stress.
Okay. So even with yeah, because a damage die could have only done 2 successes max.
2,
Okay.
so it would have been 2 minus 2, which is
Yeah.
So if
okay.
I'd gotten more or I'd spent momentum to do that, which I didn't because I didn't think about it beforehand, I should have. Oh well.
Yeah. No worries.
So but they are aware that there's at least you out there.
Mhm.
What are you guys doing? Want to run and do some athletics rolls?
No.
I'm going in.
You're going in? Okay.
Oh, I'm going in, and I'm looking over at Crook, and I look at Crook, and I say, "Crook, throat."
So here is how combat works. You normally would have initiative, except they're aware of you and they're prepared. So
Yep.
they're going to have initiative. However, you can spend momentum now to take that initiative from them.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
It's 2
Yeah.
to do that, correct, Roxy?
It costs 2? Yeah, I think so.
I believe so. Yeah. So you can
Mhm.
spend 2 momentum out of the pool to take that from them.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so we all get to act, right?
One of you gets to act.
One of
and
us gets to act,
then
and then we have to
them,
spend.
unless you want to hold on to it, and then there are additional.
Then it's 2 more. Yeah.
Mhm.
So are you going, Sarah, or
Oh,
shall
yeah.
I? Okay.
I'm going in, and
How are you
I'm gonna
entering
take
the
on-
building? Are you?
did I just
window?
freeze?
No. Keep
Okay,
talking.
I
sorry.
can see you and hear you. Are you going to go in through the window, or are you going to try like find the door and open it?
Did the barn doors not open?
Barn doors are not open. They went through a side door. The
And
barn
that's
doors are
where I
shut.
was
It's
going.
raining.
What is it going to do damage to me, or is it going to be harder to go through that
You will
window?
need to make a roll with a difficulty of 1, probably. I'm going to say a agility and we'll call it athletics.
Okay.
I think that's an actual thing.
Right. That is.
Oh yeah, agility athletics.
That is a 2 and a 5, so that is going to be 3 successes.
2 successes. You don't have a focus, so the athletics number doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
2,
Yeah, you have to
1
have
in
a
the-
focus.
So that's still- so he generates 1 momentum. You go in through the window. Are you attacking the guy that's right there? I assume.
Yes.
What are you attacking with?
I will attack with my trench knife.
Fantastic. So you are going to roll agility hand to hand,
Okay.
or agility fighting with a specialty in
Which I
hand to hand.
have.
Okay, so go ahead and roll that.
All right. And I am going to go ahead and does he look armored? Because he is one of these SS troopers, isn't he?
No, he does. He has a helmet on, but that we won't apply that to you stabbing in the side,
Okay.
the throat.
All right. So yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll just stab him straight up. We'll do that. Here we go. So that is a 5 and a 1, but my hand-to-hand is a 4 with that fighting. So that's 3.
So that gives you 3 successes. Oh, I get to roll the same. Sorry, I was not prepared for that. There we go. Agility. Okay. So you get 2 momentum from that.
Okay.
Nice.
That will also give you 2 dice plus what's on your trench knife for effect dice. That's how many dice you.
All right. So that's 5 dice then total.
Sure.
So let me grab 3 more over here.
I love the damage mechanic in this game.
Because
It can go. It can get
John will
big.
roll 5 dice and he could do nothing or 10.
Yeah.
And then what's the special quality on your dice? On your
on your trench.
On my
knife.
knife is vicious.
okay,
it
so
ignores-
you actually add 2 more dice.
Add 2 more.
The 2 momentum add additional dice.
Okay.
That's what vicious does. It really is literally vicious. So you're rolling 7 dice.
So a 2, a 1,
3,
a 1,
4,
a 1,
5,
a 5, and a 6.
7, 8 with effects. So the vicious.
9, 10.
All right, and a 4
He's
was
dead.
the last one. So that's a no.
It
That's
doesn't
enough.
matter.
Yeah.
You dive through the window. Okay, so here's how the combat actually works. You were at medium range. Because of your successful agility and athletics roll, you close to close range. So there's close, reach, medium, long, outside of combat.
Mhm.
You went from medium range to close range. When you did that, you kind of dove through the window, rolled up, and then just stuck your knife right up, and it went right underneath the chin, up into the brain. And you just hear a slight gurgle as the body goes limp, and you pull your knife out. And the other 2 Germans who were searching, have their guns, but were searching, turn around and look, and it is clear that they have found some respect for you already.
Well, while they're being respectful, can my dog go?
Yes, I would like to back up for just a second. It is they do have armor.
Okay.
They do have armor. That doesn't matter when you do 10 damage, though.
Yeah. You found that chink in the armor, just went to the soft spot.
I mean, he was like, "Oh, look, bare skin."
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
I'm fighting bears.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll for the dog. The dog's going to need to make an agility athletics check as well to get in through the window.
Okay.
Otherwise, they will be stuck at reach for the round.
So his agility is 11, his athletics is 2, so he's at 13.
Sure.
He rolls a 3 and a 12, so 2 successes.
Okay, that's enough. That generates 1 momentum. I think
And
you guys are capped, though.
he is going to
For now.
bite one of them, which is an agility fighting. So that's 11 plus his fighting is 2. So again, 13.
Sure.
So
I'm going to spend a threat to roll an extra die. Is this dog
all right. And so that is a 1 and an 8. So
3
that is 3 successes.
I got 6. I rolled a 1, a 2, and a 3, and they're specialized in close quarters with that 3. So
Don't kick the dog.
your dog lunges, and the guy just happens to duck in time, and the dog kind of sails over, lands, and turns around, but like completely missed the guy. He got real lucky.
Wow.
So we'll go to the Germans to act now, unless you guys want to hold on to the initiative.
And, so much momentum in John's turn that I think it behooves us to go ahead and spin 2.
I will
Yeah.
warn you, though, that all 3 of you will go. At the end of all 3 of you going, you cannot hold on to initiative, and I go all at once if that's what happens. I'm just is a
Sure,
warning.
but we did kill one of their guys, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that
we John.
yeah, that's fine. I do have a
Army
question.
1, baby.
I do have a question about the mechanics, real fast. So I show that I have a power rating of 2. Okay. What does that mean?
I'm gonna have to go look at your character sheet. Give me just a second.
Yeah,
where
'cause,
do you see a power?
So it's
oh,
up
oh,
under
oh.
my languages.
So, for instance, Daphne is an occult dabbler. So Daphne has a power rating of 1. You are a mystic something or
Mhm.
other. So you're a mystic power. So you have a power of 2. When casting, that's the number of effect dice you use to advance the track of the ritual.
Okay. So I guess my question was in like if I were to try to use my Hammer of Thor spell, the cost is 3.
Okay,
So do I have so how does that work?
you're gonna give me just a couple seconds to go look at the.
That's fine. That's fine.
I
I was like I don't have like all these spells cost more than my power rating. So what does
That's
what
not
does
a
that
cost
mean?
power rating. That will be something
Okay.
else.
Okay.
So during an action scene, a caster may attempt to cast the spells in their mantle. So you can hold a number of spells in your mantle equal to your power rating. Yours is 2. Counterspell does not count as one of those, so we should probably determine which 2 of your spells you're holding in your mantle. Essentially, you have a magical implement, and you hold a number of spells in there. You can only have those readied.
Okay, then I'm going to say that I have my Bizarre Insight, and then...
It's not a spell.
Oh, that's right, that's right. I'm going to have the Hammer of Thor.
Sure.
And... Wisdom of Frigg, I think, is what I'm going to go for. So I'm not going to take my medicine one, because I don't have a medicine skill anyway, so...
Sure. What's the skill?
So for Hammer of Thor, the skill is fighting.
Okay. So you're going to be... The skill used by that is determined...
It has a difficulty of 2.
So you are going to take... The cost is the number of dice of mental stress you take.
Okay.
Courage and morale resistance a character's courage and morale resistance apply to this stress as normal. So you can spend. So right now your courage. What's your courage?
2.
So you're going to be rolling. You said the power was 3.
The cost is 3. Yes.
So you would be rolling 3 effect dice. Before you do that, though, you will resist 2 damage automatically. You can spend momentum to gain effect dice that would add morale. Does that make sense?
Okay, interesting. Do you guys hear John echoing again? No? Okay. It's just because he's in person and I'm hearing him twice.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
So that would be what you need to consider first is, do you want to spend momentum to add to your resistance?
If I say no, do I still have to roll 3?
Yes, you will still roll the 3. You'll roll the 3 cost. The resistance dice would be a separate pool to add on to your courage.
Oh, okay. Okay,
That
I
makes
see
sense.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and spend 1.
Okay, so 1 momentum gives you 1 morale resistance. So let's roll that one first.
Okay.
I don't think unless I'm missing it, effects don't have anything to go on here.
That's fine. I got a 3, so it's a 0.
Okay, so then roll the 3 effect dice to see what the cost is for you, or what the stress damage is.
I rolled 3 3s.
So
I can take a picture if I need to.
No, I trust you. So you do no damage to yourself.
Okay, fantastic.
Now, I'm nowhere near the spell. Give me a second.
That's fine. This it's a fighting skill. Like, do you want the flavor text or do you want the effect?
Give me just a second.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So you have other momentum you can spend for.
Right. I can replace the area effect with the piercing effect. And I can add vicious.
Or stun. Do you want to do any of those?
I would like to. Gosh. No. I'm gonna save the 3 momentum that we have left. I've already used plenty this turn. So just in case I don't roll very well, I don't want to leave Sean with no momentum.
Because I'm still outside, I still have to get inside.
That's true. Yeah, I'm going to turn and do this spell before I draw my bow. So the Weaver draws on the mystical rune of Thurasaz, long associated with the legendary god of thunder, and calls forth the power of his hammer Mjolnir to strike the enemy with devastating thunderbolts and lightning. Winds rise, storm clouds gather, and electrical energy surges from the spellseer to strike their target, causing enormous damage both to it and those close by.
Uh-oh.
It is an area of effect spell. Spell targets a single enemy or object within medium range and inflicts power +4 damage upon its target with the area effect.
You're going to roll Insight and Survival. To cast a battlefield spell, spellcasters must first prepare their mantle, which you already did. A spellcaster may have a number of spells in their mantle equal to their power. We talked about that. Preparing a spell requires nothing. Okay, then you don't roll that. So you're fine. It's
I
already
just
been-
but I roll a fighting roll, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the other stat that goes with the fighting roll is, and I'm not sure that there is one.
There may not be, but it might be willpower or will, because I don't know. I associate that with magic from other RPGs. I hope something else comes with it because my fighting's only a 1. So-
Sure. Yeah.
Bah.
Sorry, I apologize. This is the
No, this is stuff that we're
more
learning. I
complicated
don't play magic characters very often. I probably should have studied up on it a
Well,
little bit more.
And even then, this is a brand new system, and I haven't played Conan, and that's the closest thing to magic for 2D20.
We have played it. It's just been years ago
Yeah,
when it first came, when it was playtesting.
but even
so
then, I don't think we
for
actually.
future knowledge, you should prepare spells at the beginning of the day. Not a big deal.
Okay.
And there is a role for that, so you can actually generate momentum in that instance too. So that's something to keep in
Oh,
mind.
okay. Interesting.
Okay. So the use of a spell requires the prepare minor action and a major action, just so you know.
Okay.
You can only attempt a spell once per turn. Here you go. You're a traditional spellcaster, correct?
I believe so.
Or are you a research or a dabbler?
No, I'm just a rune weaver. Rune weaver.
So it's insight and fighting. What
Okay.
you will roll. Sorry,
There.
that took
That's. Yeah. Sorry, y'all. We're learning.
That area did not come in very well. You do have a reroll for that. That was cocked.
Oh, sweet. What is my number that I'm looking for? I'm gonna take that reroll.
Actually, that
There we
reroll
go.
was from a long time ago.
Oh well, I already took it. Well, here I'll just give myself one.
That reroll was for when you were being badly stealthy.
Sean, you didn't have to say anything.
It floats until used. It's how we've always done it. Now she's got another floaty one.
There.
It's fine.
I think I did use it earlier when I was
You did.
something happened,
okay.
and but
Not bad.
there. But I got a 2 and a 6, so those are both successes. Regular
Okay,
ones, though.
So you needed one. So you got a momentum off of that.
Okay.
Which you can use to add another die. Or to add other effects. And that puts me at 7, correct?
Yeah.
And I just bought a momentum for us.
Actually, you were at 8. Did you use?
Used one to get extra dice
Oh,
earlier.
okay.
That
So yeah, so you're at 8 then.
And did you get that, Roxy? I bought one for us as well.
Okay, cool. So I'll throw one in there. I'm actually going to the momentum that I gained. Can I use that now to add the vicious effect or to
Absolutely.
replace the area effect
Absolutely.
with piercing 2?
Either
Okay,
one.
then I'm going to replace it with piercing
Away
2.
from their armor. So basically, you're just going to ignore their armor, and then you're going to roll effect dice equal to whatever the thing is.
Okay, so 2 for my normal. Then I get 4 additional 1 for damage for what the spell's effect. And
Plus
then
one from the just automatically from the momentum,
okay.
and this all piercing 2.
Yeah. Now do I get 2 because I got 2 successes?
No, you needed 1 success because the difficulty was 1.
That's right.
You get
Okay.
extra dice for the second one.
Okay,
Or for
there
the
we
one.
Okay. Just making sure, learning the differences. Okay, so I got 2 4s. I'll take those out. They were nothing, but I got a 1, 3 5s, and a 6. So that's 5 successes.
Which and you ignore his armor.
4 with effects, if that matters.
You
Yes.
ignore his armor. He dies. I think.
Sweet.
Well, let me double check what his stress is. I'm pretty sure it's 5.
This is crack.
He dies.
Okay.
So you summon this hammer, and it just kind of drops on him, and he crumples in a heap.
I guide lightning. I'm just gonna imagine that I summon more of the lightning that's around me, and I just direct it at this guy.
I like that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It crushes through. It crushes through shoots through the open window and shoots right into the guy holding his gun. He twitches a little bit and then just drops. And his body's smoking just barely.
What were you saying about smoking earlier, Sarah?
So it is going to be that last German's turn unless you continue to hold on to the momentum. Or hold on
Do you want to hold it or go ahead and let him go? We have, just for reference, we have 4.
It's up to you. Because it either before or after, that's going to be Sean's turn, right?
Right.
So Sean can either try to kill this last one or let this one go. And then it will be Sean's turn, and then you guys get the initiative for next round automatically.
I'm not very killy.
Okay.
So my gun is close range, so I actually have to get in the barn and get up to this guy. So let's let him go.
Then let's let him go.
You can shoot at medium range or at reach range, but you would have to. The difficulty goes up 1, which actually means it's easier for them to dodge it, which is not a huge deal, but it is a thing.
Right. Well, if I'm by the window, we can spin the momentum. I can try and take a shot at him.
So you would move up to the window, and that would put you at reach. And then it would just be a difficulty of 2.
Well, the handgun is listed as close. So if I'm at reach, isn't that close?
No, it is not. They are zones essentially.
Okay.
You would be in the reach zone, not the close zone.
Okay. Because I'm just confused because my hand-to-hand is reach.
Is it?
Yeah. And then the handgun is close.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, I was gonna say reach is closer than close, isn't it? Isn't reach like touch? Like I'm like right next to you.
You
can reach out.
Close is like 6 to 10 feet or something like that.
Like you could reach out and touch space.
The space between. Oh,
Yeah,
I need to put some makeup up here.
Yeah, my trench is also my trench knife is also a reach.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. Like my
usually
boomerang.
close is your smallest, but
right.
Yeah, because my boomerang
it's
is reach or medium, and my machine gun and my revolver are close.
The state of reach is when an object or character is within arm's length. Close is defined as the zone you are in, or is a distance of 0 zones. So yes, reach is closer than close.
Okay, so I can try to take a shot at him.
Go for it.
Okay, so handgun, which I have. I don't have fight.
This would be agility and something, right?
Yeah. So this would be you get a minor and a major action. You can take a minor action to aim or to move, which would have been at medium range, so moving would have taken that. Big deal. Then the major action would be to attack. To attack is going to be page 16.
Agility and fighting usually.
It's going to be coordination and fighting.
Okay.
All right, so I don't have fighting, so it'll be just a straight coordination roll.
Yeah.
Difficulty is 1 because you are within range.
Right. Let's see what happens. I did it. I rolled a 7 and an 8.
Nice.
Which is under my 9.
Nice.
I don't get to oppose that. Fantastic. So you got 2 successes?
Yep.
Okay, so you'll get an extra damage. So what is your effect die for your weapon?
5, and it's also vicious.
So you'll add 1 because you got that extra momentum. So then roll all of those.
So I'm rolling 6 total? Yeah. Yep. Sorry. Loud noises. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3.
So here's what I need
4,
to know.
5.
Did you roll a 5 or a 6?
I rolled a 5 and a 6.
So those are both worth 2 because of vicious.
Oh, cool. So 2, 4, 7.
It's enough to kill him. It bypasses the armor. And Daphne, I don't know why I keep wanting to call you Sarah. Daphne runs up to the window and just pops one off with what you got, like a revolver, don't you?
It is a Colt Detective Special.
Yeah.
Yep.
So just a 38 special just pops one off. The German takes it kind of right through the heart and drops.
Oh goodness, I didn't know that was going to work.
Well, shit. Now we've got to get this truck moved and get it down there immediately.
Why?
Actually, what you recognize is that it's been thundering and lightning so much, that may not have been registered.
Oh, well, that works.
It's just so loud. It's as though it's stormy weather. As a truth.
Do we?
No, I mean honestly, stormy weather says that the scene says that if you get caught in a gunfight, it's very likely that something is going to keep it from being heard. You guys,
I
are
like these scene truths.
I'm sorry,
No.
Sarah. I panicked. Hopefully they don't hear anything.
No.
Never apologize for killing
Get
a
in here
Nazi.
before they do spot you, or before that wind comes again.
All right, I'm gonna climb through the window.
This is war. We don't apologize.
I'm gonna try and climb through the window.
Searching the Germans, searching the Germans, searching the Germans.
so you find random Reichsmarks, just a little bit of cash, not necessarily helpful right this second, but maybe. They all have MP40 rifles and a Luger P08. Then they're wearing helmets. I assume some sort of flak jacket because they've got armor.
If I put on a helmet.
Well, they've all got gas masks on.
Ooh.
We could use those.
Disguises.
Yeah.
So, downside on the disguises, one of the uniforms got quite a bit of blood around the collar because, somebody got stabbed in the neck. The other one has a hole in the chest.
Well, what about the one?
And
that
the
got
other
hit by
one's on
lightning?
fire. Yeah. But I mean,
Yeah.
the catacombs surely will be dark. I'm going
can I
to
get,
take their weapons.
Get an occultism check from the people with occultism. So,
Yes. I also wanted to point out, GM, that we are coming up on about seven minutes of the end.
Watching that time, I appreciate it.
Okay.
So, are we doing insight in occult?
Inside, academia.
So,
Oh,
I'm
reason.
sorry, yeah. Reason and
Oh,
academia.
Reason.
cool. That's one
Um,
success.
I would like to spend a momentum to gain an extra die just in case. I'm glad I did. Reason and academia is 13, so that's 2 successes.
Oh, so
Okay.
For me, academia is 4, so I rolled a 3 occultism, so that's considered 2 successes.
2 successes.
Cool. So I got 2
Yep.
successes.
So you both recognize that all 3 of them are wearing a strange armband. Normally, you're used to seeing an SS armband. This is something slightly different, and it has the symbol of the Black Sun on it. But it is done in such a way that it leaves you feeling like this is some sort of occult symbol here to note something. You're not sure what, but something.
I'm going to take
Okay.
one.
Yeah. I will offer the one that is not singed and smoking to Sarah, and then if I can collect the one that is singed and smoking, I will try.
All 3 of them are good. You guys have those?
Mhm. Do we want to hide the bodies real
anything
quick?
I'm gonna call out. I'm gonna say, is there anybody in here? The Germans are gone.
No one steps out.
No reason to be afraid of us. We're the good guys, even though we just
I'm
did
going to
some
put
really bad things.
I'm going to put the 2 that aren't smoldering into the hay, the piles of hay where they were searching earlier.
I was going to hide him in the milk truck.
The other one that's smoldering, the energy is dissipated. He's not on fire so much
Okay.
as he was just like that energy when the electricity hit him,
Sure.
it caused this like expulsion of liquid that turned immediately into mist.
Okay, no worries.
Ew.
So you hide all 3 bodies.
Mhm.
Give me a coordination survival roll from all 3 of you. Difficulty 2.
9, 3.
That is 1 success.
That's 2 successes. Rolled 2 12s.
I rolled a 5.
Our complication range is still only 20, right?
Yeah, why?
Because I
Why'd
rolled
you
an
ask?
18 and a 19.
Nice. So, Sarah, you go over the area and clean it up pretty solidly. It doesn't look like there's been a fight here. Although when you look around, there's some stuff disconnected from the truck. It's not going to turn on.
Crap.
And that's going to be it for us tonight with a quick trip to France. This has been an Achtung 2D20 adventure. It's put out by Modiphius. You can go right over to modiphius.net and get it there for free. Just look for their quick start rules for Achtung 2D20 or 2D20 Achtung Cthulhu. I think it's 22D20 Achtung Cthulhu.
They also are modiphius.com too.
Yeah. On either site, the full rules are coming soon. They do have rules out for Call of Cthulhu already. And I would only suggest checking those out if you're interested in some of the background information, if you want to run your own stuff, because they have the European front, North African front, the Eastern front, and then the Pacific front. And they each have bits of information that are unique. Some of the rules aren't going to work, but a lot of the background information is. So that would definitely be something I would check out if this is something that interests you. You can find all that over at Modiphius' website. We are back next week with, John, you said it was
Shinobigami.
Shinobigami. So,
and that'll be at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Mhm.
And then in 2 weeks, we'll be doing this. Hopefully we'll get some Nazis out of France.
That would be great.
Hoping.
Fantastic. So check out our Facebook and our Twitter. Always go over to our Discord. You can talk to us there and hang out. And go over to YouTube. Click the like button. Follow us. Subscribe. Click the little bell. Do all the things. And we will see you guys in a week.
see y'all later.
See y'all later.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for coming.